year.
And that's when I went ahead and...
Day.
Oh, we're live. Never mind.
And that's how I met your mother.
Well, off to visit your mother.
All right, let's get this party started. Hang on, I got a video file. Okay. Why is it go? No, I don't need the picture. I don't know why it automatically went to that one.
The answer to that is to annoy you.
Yeah, pretty much. There we go. All right. Cracking up at a cold one.
All right, I think the rock's been soaking enough.
Wait, that's been soaking this entire time?
Yes.
Okay. The last episode, you all fell into a fiery pit of lava and all died. Oh wait, wrong campaign.
Damn it, it's Minecraft all over again.
Was it hard mode? Was Terry playing?
No, I was playing and it got caught in an infinite death loop.
Ah, so it's Thentali's fault. Understood.
Yes. It's always Thentali's fault.
Thentali's fault.
Always.
Last episode, y'all did a very long, very hard battle against was it Lithids. Where a few of you took a rather strong beating.
Yeah. And then we got a short rest.
Which is better than no rest.
Exactly.
But you were finally able to. You didn't finally. You were as you were advancing further to the east. you once again came across Kevin, who pretty much found out that, well, the majority of the army is stuck behind a wall, pretty much, of force. A force field, one might call it. Mendo forgot she was in a different time zone.
I mean, fair.
I mean, if someone
That's-
would use
and
mindless thing.
and that's where you find yourself at today. And as Kevin's still just sitting against the tree that y'all found him at, and he's just tossing little pebbles, and you can see the rippling effect as the pebbles bounce off of this force field. But then a couple of you, those of you who have a passive perception above 15, start to notice that every now and then a pebble does make it through.
With a passive perception of 22, do I notice a pattern of how many hits, or is it a timing thing, or?
Yeah, you notice that it's occurring about every 30 seconds. You get a short window where pebbles are able to go through.
Does my passive investigation of 23 or passive insight of 24 tell us anything?
Not really more than what Lilith Nor knows.
She would relay that to the crew. Being like, well, there's sort of a way in about every 30 seconds.
Okay.
No. And as y'all are still, as y'all are observing, Kevin continuing to throw pebbles at the force field, and seeing, you can see the little shimmer every now and then when the pebble does strike it. Those of you with tadpoles still residing within your skull. Let's see, where are you at? Indian. Where's the boys? You were supposed to be saved, damn you. Did they take it away? They better not take my voice away.
The voice.
They took it away.
The voice of the
Do it yourself.
Break.
Brother, I am pinned here.
Brother, I am pinned here.
Terry, we couldn't really hear it between those two interrupting you and someone typing.
Break through. Please kill me.
Guys, I think
All
it's
right
the
then,
Elder
Hunter.
Green Dragon.
Oh,
Yeah.
what do you think is the Elder Brain Dragon?
What? I didn't
So
hear anything.
hold it. All right, so we know about the 30-second loop, and all right, so we know about the 30-second, and then just how are we able to tell how long it is available to go through?
No, because Kevin isn't throwing the pebbles at a quick enough frequency for you to be able to discern how long that window is.
All right, how thick can we tell how thick the force field is?
It's thick enough to keep you out, at least.
I
Thick enough
mean,
to keep
what is?
Kevin out, and he's magic.
I mean, like, what is the material? What is like the thickness? Like the actual?
It's
Is it like
magic.
yes?
You're not going to get
I'm talking about like distance.
Like, is it a sheet of paper thick? Is it a mirror thick? Is it 3
Exactly.
feet thick? Like,
Exactly.
Is it 5 miles thick?
well, we wouldn't see the pedals going through if it's 5 miles, but like, you never
Yeah.
know.
How thick
I get
is
your
this,
example.
Terry?
Like, or how thick does it seem?
I've got an answer, but you're not gonna like it.
I don't think I want to know.
I've got an answer, and you're not gonna like it.
Let's just say you're going to need an anti-tank rifle.
All right.
Oh shit! They have an anti-tank rifle.
Oh, an anti. Oh,
Don't we have one of those?
Tez. All right. All right.
I have one of those.
Tez, just
At least somebody got that reference. Well, completely over Babs' head.
If I had gotten it, you would have been disappointed.
all right. All right.
But it looks like when you look, you can definitely tell where the barrier is because it kind of looks like you're looking through saran wrap.
Okay.
So is it like saran wrap? How many layers of saran wrap are we talking here?
Just one.
Just one. All right. So real thin.
It's magic. It doesn't have a thickness. It doesn't have volume.
All right. Some stuff does have a thickness.
I was gonna say, I think firewall has a thickness.
Yeah.
Yes. So does a wall of force,
Yeah.
ideally, but Terry's not budging. So the answer is it's magic. It doesn't have thickness.
All right.
This is god tier magic, and even as powerful as Kevin is, and Kevin is damn near god tier. Even he can't get through it.
Yes, but here's the problem with anyone who's god tier powerfulness from the non-magic user. Y'all use magic for far too much. You rely on magic for far too much. Just saying.
Agreed.
And I mostly rely on my gun. Hey, Kevin, can you cast haste on me real quick?
No.
Do
I
it.
don't know what it's going to do, but all right. He cast haste on you.
All right, let me just double check the effects of haste to make sure I got this properly understood.
We're about to see a Looney
We're
Tunes
going to
moment,
have
aren't
a
we?
Tez-sized smear on the.
Hey, it's as thick as one layer of saran wrap if I time this right. And if I lose a limb, it'll be
It's
fine.
not the
Oh,
speed
no.
that kills you, it's the sudden stop at the end.
Is there a stick around by any chance? Like just
Yeah,
just
Kevin's propped up against Kevin's propped up against a tree. There's sticks everywhere.
Cool. Lilith Nora is going to take a stick, and she's just going to kind of hold it against the force field until she lets it, until the 30 seconds comes up, so it kind of goes through, and then she's going to hold it there for it to reseal or whatever, and see what happens.
Yeah, you press the stick up against the force field, and in about 30 seconds, the stick is able to penetrate through. And about 5 seconds later, you watch as the stick is cleanly cut in half.
Okay, well that answers that question. We have about 5 seconds to get through this portal before it closes, and then you are sliced in half.
All right, Tez is going to time just dashing into the, just sprinting into it.
Because we don't have our healer today, remember?
It's okay. I have potions.
If I lose a limb, I get it back. I don't care. And just times sprint into that.
All right. Let me.
Should I roll like a dex to see if I can properly time it?
As someone who had to,
This is going to be interesting. Just roll me a d20.
Roll you a d20. All right. Luck Rock, please give. Oh wait, I forgot to get my dice tray out. Luck Rock.
This is either going to be epic or it's going to be epic.
What is the difference between the two?
Yes.
How much damage you take? You know I'm right.
All right, just straight.
Yeah, just a straight
Haste
d20.
is a transmutation. I didn't know haste was transmutation.
Yep.
And it seems like more of a. It seems like more of a
guys,
enchantment.
please stay on topic. We need to see what happens.
Yeah. No, I was just looking at it for the effects, but
Squirrels.
that is a 13.
Oof.
Oh no. Given the fact that I have a spell that gives me more speed and I'm sprinting, can I reroll?
It's possible that the speed is too fast.
38. You slam into this force field at max velocity because you've had.
Why would this
haste
not be like a
casted on
dex
you.
check? Why would this not be dex?
Because you're intentionally running into the wall.
Yeah, and I'm trying to time it.
Even with Dex, you weren't going to beat it. Not with what you
What
rolled.
was this like a? Huh?
How much damage he taken? She taken.
Taking 42 points of damage. He slams into it. But you look on the bright side, Tess. You lost your arm.
I lost my. All right, hell yeah.
Oh, like a second and a half too slow. Oh.
Your arm was cleaved clean off as it passed through the barrier at the right time, but it closed,
And
severing it at the elbow.
And you said 42, right?
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna
And just
try and stop the bleeding on Tez.
Oh no, the armor does that for me.
Okay, I'm gonna
Like
look at
a-
the.
Metal
I'm gonna look at
just-
the. Yeah, I'm just gonna look at the stump and try to medical it, and then notice the armor has completely enclosed it, encapsulated it.
Yeah, and just
give
the metal
me-
forms its own arm now.
Give me a medicine check to see. Yeah, we're going to see how well your suit is able to capitulate.
Given that
the
it's
arm.
designed for this, can I roll with advantage? Can I roll with advantage?
No, straight up medicine.
Straight up medicine. All right. Let me just check my medicine real quick.
This is the ideal outcome.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, with a dirty 20, it functions about it functions the exact same as your original arm, which is lying on the ground on the other side of the barrier.
Well, shit.
I haven't even tried to shadow step into there because it's too dangerous to try. And you
We had a
did
good
the
run,
thing-
Lefty. We had a good run.
And you foolishly tried to run into. No, look at me. Look down here, right here. That was foolish. Very foolish.
I wonder if I can toss you through fast enough.
No.
Absolutely not. I refuse. There's got to be another way to break through it.
Is there a way to finesse it?
I mean, if we had ourselves maybe
A rogue?
We do, in fact, have a rogue.
And yeah, but
We have two.
What?
What's your point?
Maybe the solution isn't brute force, but finesse and skill.
Ooh, what do you want to try?
How would we finesse it? That's the question.
yeah.
Lilith Nor, do you have any suggestions or ideas?
I mean, hold on. With
I'm not inclined to
we've encountered a force
willy-nilly-
field before.
I am not inclined to willy-nilly sacrifice body parts, Kez.
So
Same.
in theory, you could, because given the distance that like it as long as it is, and we have 5 seconds. I feel like a lot of people forget how long 5 seconds actually is. So if you were able to have the reflexes fast enough, you could push against the force field, wait for it to start to give, and barrel roll through it, which will get you through before that 5 seconds is up. But your capabilities and your instincts have to be on point to be able to do that. That's the only catch. Like, yes, Karna and I might easily be able to get through because of being a monk, being a rogue, everything like that. But let's be honest, and I'm going to be as polite and brutally honest as I can. I don't think the rest of y'all will be able to get through with some of the rash decisions you guys have been making. As we lost Babs, as I am lecturing.
There she is.
Welcome back.
And as you're saying this, like you're slapping, and pressing against the force field as emphasis.
I am not touching the force field.
Oh, you're not?
I am stating how you could do that. I am not touching the force field. I am not dumb enough to. I am not impulsive. I am just explaining how you possibly could do that. Not touching it.
Okay.
I was expecting to lose like a leg with a 13. I was expecting to like lose a leg as I managed to get in, since it's a 5-second gap.
Yeah, but you didn't get it at the beginning of the 5 seconds. That's the problem.
Yeah, I was expecting the leg to leave, not the arm.
That's why you only lost an arm and didn't get Darth Mauled.
Oof.
My legs would have been replaced.
You'd have bionic
I was
legs.
thinking more like Resident
She
Evil.
literally would become Darth Maul.
Basically.
In the Clone
Instant Darth
Wars.
Maul. Instant Darth Maul.
Yeah. So in theory, that's how you could do it, but you would have to be prepared to move as soon as you felt that give way. Because yes, 5 seconds, it'd probably take about 2 to get through. But if your reactions or reflexes are slow, y'all are going to get sliced.
I could move in about a second, and by using a shadow step at the exact moment.
And that's the catch. You would have to know the exact moment to sneak through.
Seeing how you experimented with it and Tez did the foolish thing, I think I've got a good grasp of how wide a margin I'm working with.
Ooh, Lilith Moore would look at Kevin. Kevin, I have a kind of an interesting question for you. What if you were to put at the moment where it gives, if you were able to put like a portal in that spot, would it hold against it closing?
You don't think I haven't tried?
That's what I'm. Kevin, I am a non-magic user, so I don't know. That's the problem. I'm just guessing. I apologize.
Sorry, forgot you're not magic.
Yeah.
Like I tried that, but her magic like beats my magic. So that's a no-go.
Okay.
So did the portal collapse or just cease to exist?
It just ceases to exist.
Okay.
Well, at least it didn't violently explode.
Okay.
At least not that one.
You tried it multiple times. Good job. I appreciate your scientific method.
I'm not sure scientific and Kevin are words that should be used in the same sentence, but I understand the sentiment.
Meanwhile, Tez is just tinkering with her arm. Terry, given the fact that we just like completed a short rest, can I do an infusion thing real quick? Just uninfusing the hand axe and instead reinfusing it into an arm blade hand axe.
No, because the time for you to do that would.
No, all right. Damn. All right.
Okay.
Well, she's still tinkering with her hands. Just
all right.
As you are all discussing what to do next, Lilith Nord, you and Marwin, something both catches both of your eyes. As you're watching this, what almost looks like a wave of purple marching towards you.
Oh, that's not good.
So, Carton, do you want to go disappear? Because I kind of want to go disappear because I don't want to be here when they get here. Like,
Marwin looks at her and says, "You're not going anywhere."
Last time I checked, if I hung around you, I would be dead, given how much damage you lot took. So I would rather sneak away and come in from another angle. Because if you haven't noticed, I haven't run away yet, and I have more than enough opportunities to do as such.
I think this arm is better for ambushing than.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I wanna do something a little different than what Taz did. As the window comes and I'm able to pass through, as soon as my hand is through, I want to shadow step into the shield.
Well, you're on open ground. The only shadow is that is the tree that Kevin is currently still sitting under.
Huh. Hey, Kevin.
Can I create a shadow?
Big enough?
Stand it.
Think we can cast a big enough shadow for me to get in?
I should say that Kevin is like Kevin's kind of wide-eyed. He goes, "I don't think that's going to be a problem." As you all notice that the sky is becoming dark, but not from magic, but a hail of arrows being slung your way.
Oh, sweet.
Well, shit.
And that's
Get the running music up.
I need something.
And as you are all watching these arrows beginning to fall towards you, you all feel this electricity running through your bodies. It's almost like it's like you have a TINS unit on a low setting, and you get the smell of ozone.
Oh God, lightning! Lightning!
As you're suddenly surrounded by multiple dreadnoughts and titans being teleported in.
Never mind, I like this lightning. This is better.
Along with several hundred legions of dwarven and elven battle-clad soldiers.
I was about to say, what color are these dreadnoughts?
And the largest dreadnought, which I can't remember his daggum name, it was the first one you woke up, basically stands in front of you and bends over, and you can all hear the ting of arrows bouncing off of his armor, his dwarven iron armor.
Thank you.
I have never been so happy in my life.
Whoa.
Okay.
Nice save.
Yes.
Okay.
So now
is the big guy the commander of all the forces that rolled up, or is someone else the commander of all the forces that just rolled up?
You get the idea that he's leading the charge.
Cool. Then Lillinor is going to word vomit all the information. Absolutely word vomit all the information about the force field, about what we discovered, everything of that nature, including what happened to Tess. So
Tez
she
is
is
just
going to
looking at her arm on the floor.
Yeah, she's just going to word vomit everything.
You've noticed that the shields come down. You pretty much get the idea that it was only being left up long enough for the goddess of change to get her army into position.
Never mind.
Lovely.
I don't even know why
Oh,
I tried to take this
The shield's
information.
down. All right. Tez is going to grab her arm and just cast a ray of frost on it to freeze it, and then just put it in the bag of holding.
And well, as you do that, the dreadnought looks at you.
Continue forth, and be as I am.
Right. No, it's time for us to disappear.
On it, and absolutely going to disappear with Karn this time.
I
Have the
should have
glass
changed
bubble.
my
Nope.
Lost Babs again.
Just Tez just looks over. I should have changed my armor model.
And there's. Will you quit getting evicted to the Shadow Realm?
Yeah.
Yeah. I no longer get evicted, so it swapped to just rotating between all of y'all.
I'm
Hey,
going.
don't look at me.
I'm going to send you a message so that you can understand what's happening.
Yeah. Do you have a munchkin nibbling on wires?
No.
Do you have a gremlin nibbling on wires?
Probably.
Potentially.
So Karn and Lilith disappear.
Where are you going to disappear to? You're in an open field.
I can be invisible.
Look, I'm stealthy enough. If anything, I'm just going to do the casual wander away. Be like,
I
nope,
can
done.
pass without a trace. The two of us here. That's fine.
See, there, pass without a trace, mixed with our stealth, mixed with like maybe weaving out of the arms that decided to go in and out.
Tez forgot to change her armor, so she can't do stealth right now.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you have enough stealth to be able to do it?
Tez is just walking normally, just forward.
Solo on a suicide mission against an army. Just checking. All right, cool.
Oh, jeez. Sorry for the dogs.
As you are all doing that, you once again hear that dreadnought as all of the soldiers come up to line and begin to take up position to charge, and you hear him. Hang on. Okay. And he once again, shouts out that same phrase he told you, "Be like iron." And in unison, the entire line of men, dwarf, tiefling, elf, demon, all alike respond iron within as they begin to charge towards the incoming army. Okay.
No.
Oh, yeah, hang on. Okay, is it allowing you to see it?
Yeah, but I got to fix the audio.
Whoa.
There we go. Should be good now.
Okay.
So for the second time in a long time. Lilith, Nor, and Karn have disappeared.
Yes, and with the forces running forward, it makes it slightly easier to be able to weave in and out.
Where are you Where are you heading?
I want to make a beeline to where we last, or rather, the last known location of the Goddess of Change and her pet Amignon are. I'm going to call him that. I'm going to call him that. I don't care.
And it's not wrong.
As you're darting across the field, you're not seeing the Goddess of Change or a Mignon. However, you are seeing a very large Titan dreadnought, almost larger than the Dwarven dreadnoughts, and the Elder Brain Dragon.
Oh, big boy.
Yeah. I've got a few silver point darts. These things are instant death sentence for anything.
Okay.
Do you think you can get close?
You are not there.
Where'd she come from?
Where is Morwen? She is not there.
Also, I'm gonna say Tez is joining the charge forward.
Okay. I have an amulet that keeps me safe from divination magic. Just so we're clear. So if it might be a thing that they may not see coming or whatnot. Do you think we can get close enough, or you can get a shot to get that off and take out one of them? Because I don't think the silver point's going to work against the dreadnought, but it might work.
Well, here's a wonderful thing about those dreadnoughts. I got a good look at one, and yeah, they are very formidable metal machines.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one flaw.
Which would be?
The pilot.
Where's the pilot on those? Up at the top?
Somewhat. The Titan one, Terry. How does it look like it has a sarcophagus up front, or is it just big, massive metal stomper?
This is one of the ones that look, although it's the size of the Dwarven dreadnoughts, it looks more like the Elven dreadnought, so it has the sarcophagus on the front.
Okay. I'll point out to the sarcophagus right there. I'm going to give Lilith Nor 4 of my remaining 8 silver point darts.
Okay.
And tell her, the dragon is yours. I'll take the big guy.
Okay, that I can do, sorta. This sorta is Liz going, okay, let's make a plan in my head. Okay, so I'll go after the dragon, you go after the big guy. Random question before you disappear. Would you be capable of piloting that sucker if you're able to take out the pilot?
You have to be wired in.
I haven't seen how they work.
Oh, okay. Well, just, in case you kill the pilot and you're like, hey, let's take this for a spin. Thoughts? No.
I may be a little smarter than your average Joe here, but I am not smart enough to make that thing do whatever the heck I want. The best I can do is make it fall over on their men.
Do it. Okay.
And I ninja vanish.
And
as he says that, you see this you see this poof of smoke And then you see Karn tiptoeing away.
Actually, no, you don't, because Cloak of Shadows.
Oh, come on, it'd be funny.
I still think it would be funny.
For the lulz, I will
This is-
say yes, but
This entire campaign has been, come on, it'll be funny.
Do it for the memes.
Okay.
Has
I have a
just
question.
shrugged at her arm, just being cut off, and just continued like normal.
Okay. Can Lilithnor, because she has the glamored studded leather armor, which means as a bonus action, I can make it look like anything. You know, it doesn't take on the stats, but it has the look. Can I change it to look into like one of the enemy forces?
Um, I'm gonna say yes.
Oh, beautiful. Love it. Okay. Well, she's going to make her armor look like the enemy forces. Again, it keeps the same stats as it currently has. It's just a glamour appearance more than anything else.
Alright.
And she is going to start making her way towards the dragon, at analyzing how the army's set up, what kind of obstacles are in her way, all of that stuff.
The biggest thing in your way is, well, a shit ton of the cultists, and there are a few illithids sprinkled in there amongst their ranks.
Okay.
Marwyn is, while all of that is going on, going to turn to Kevin and Brooklyn and Tez.
Tez ran with the charge.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Well, then Kevin and Brooklyn, I think it might be a good idea to provide some sort of distraction for whatever it is they have planned.
I would agree. So that we'll
Kevin,
get through there successfully.
If the stories are true, I understand that you have been known to create some pretty interesting distractions.
Yeah, I'm good at closing distractions, but when I know what the plan is, those two just ran off.
I'm aware that we don't know what their plan is, but if we can just cause a distraction, they might have a better chance of completing whatever it is they're trying to do. So that at least the enemy is looking at us and not them.
I don't think that's a problem. There's an entire freaking army heading right towards us. I think we've got their attention.
Good.
And as everything is happening, you're watching soldiers on both sides fall. To sword, to hammer, to arrow, to spear. You watch as a couple of the dreadnoughts begin to fall. And the line is almost to the point that it might just break. As the soldiers of this realm begin to lock shield and just try to hold the ground. But their numbers are not enough. As wave upon wave of the cannibal cultist and illithids slam against them over and over again, relentlessly like a swarm. And Lilithmore, you're only about 45 feet away from the Elder Brain Dragon.
Okay. Where is its attention?
It was looking towards the army, but as you begin to approach, it looks directly at you. And you get this sensation that it knows. And then it looks away.
Oh. Okay. After a minor pause, just while it was looking at me, she's going to keep kind of moving forward, but maybe slightly more towards its back end, so that it actually has to truly kind of not glance but look over. And then because again, Marwin didn't fully explain, was I think that was the Elder Brain Dragon, and we tangented whatever, moved off and got distracted. So she doesn't know that the Elder Brain Dragon that we think wants to die. So she's just going to keep going. She don't know. She's got a mission. We're doing this. She's also going to be slightly more, alert than she already was, if that was even possible, to make sure that, wasn't silently signaling for other people to come at her.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
I don't want a Constitution saving throw. I lied. I don't mind it.
Oh,
It's not great. I don't mind it. It could be so much worse. Oh, that ain't bad. 22.
Oh, that sucks.
It's okay.
You feel this immense pressure, and it feels like your head is wanting to explode, but you're able to shake through it, and you hear a voice in your head.
Do it. Do it with. I beg of you.
Okay. She's gonna do the head shake for a moment, shiver down the spine, ooh, in my head, awkward. Kind of like what she did with what's her face, the Elithid, back at the camp. And then she's essentially going to look to see if anyone's noticed her besides the dragon, and she's going for it. If she determines that the coast is clear, she's moving, not boldly, I guess, with purpose. Not recklessly, but with purpose. That's the word I want.
And you've gone unnoticed.
Beautiful. Then, she's going to go for it with the silver tip dart and get up on it and go right into it, I guess. Go stab it.
Where are you? Where are you stabbing it at?
She wanted to move back towards the back end of it, but not completely. So, probably just before the hind leg, into its actual abdomen.
Abdomen.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm failing with certain words. I apologize. What's going on?
Yeah, my brain's just dying.
Yeah, you drive the point of one of these silver point dagger or darts into the Elder Brain Dragon's abdomen. And as you do, it lets out this this guttural roar.
Oh, fuck.
And you can feel the air around you quake. Marwin, Tez, and Brooklyn, I need you all to give me Constitution saving throws with disadvantage.
Oh, God.
Eight.
Oof.
Let me do the math here. 15.
Ugh.
Three.
Oh, Lord.
I did the best here.
Crap.
You all take 34 points of psychic damage as the tadpole screams and then erupts inside of your skull.
Oh, so we no longer have our abilities?
No, you no longer have the elithid abilities.
Damn it.
Did we have a short rest last time or a long?
Yeah, we had.
Did our numbers
short-
have stayed the same as last time then, correct?
No,
Yeah,
we would
that
have.
was-
You could have healed up on the short rest.
Yeah.
You would have, yeah.
Oh, I would have healed it. Okay, I didn't think I.
Yeah, like how many hit dice did you expend during the short rest?
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to choose kind of how much you heal. It's not a full heal.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Damn. Well, there goes one of my sources of temporary HP.
Okay.
Let me just double check.
Okay. How much were we supposed to take from that short rest? Hold on.
Terry, can I cast False Life real quick?
Okay, hold on.
It's one of my at-will spells.
Okay.
Yes, you can cast.
Thank you.
1d8 plus.
Oh,
I'm
fun-
already at 26 HP.
Fun fact. It won't save you from going down, but it's a good buffer.
Fun fact, I will find where Terry is.
Not my fault that you rolled bad.
I rolled decent.
Well, I mean,
Didn't roll bad.
If you
I
were
rolled
closer,
decent.
Marwin could give you some healing, but you're too far away.
Okay.
I'd literally say don't split the party, but I just killed the Elder Brain Dragon, so generally don't split the party.
And and Lilith Nor, as you're standing there, and the Elder Brain Dragon finally falls. You see this ooze beginning to drip away from the Elder Brain Dragon, and it's almost like the Elder Brain portion is dissolving away. And the only thing left after a few seconds is just the body of an ancient red dragon.
Oof. Okay. Probably would pay like a thought of respect, being like, I'm sorry. I guess. Feel really bad. But also doesn't know enough if like the brain could have been separated from the dragon, so it was easier to just do this. And then immediately go, oh, I am very much out in the open. Very much up in the open, and I just killed a dragon, so I'm gonna be I'm just gonna start moving off. Thank you.
Yeah, because as the dragon let out that guttural roar, it did grab the attention of the dreadnought, which is marching towards you with 8 other soldiers.
Oh, okay. Okay. Question for this. Because I am in the armor of one of theirs, is there a crowd that I could Assassin's Creed this nonsense and run into and disappear?
Unfortunately, the remainder of the army is well below you now, as they've marched down to engage the army of this realm.
How far to catch up with them?
Question. Can I see Tez and Brooklyn?
Brooklyn's right next to you. Tez is
Yeah, I'm like,
Brooklyn's right next to you. Tez is gone.
right.
Tez was a part of the charge.
You can talk to me all you want.
Well, no, I was trying to determine how much healing I could give the two of you.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice.
However, I'm going to reach out and touch Brooklyn and cast Cure Wounds.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh,
At level 3.
Shadow Realm. It wasn't King just saying it's not sending me to the Shadow Realm anymore.
See, that's why you don't say stuff.
So that's
I know.
3d8 plus
I missed.
5.
I meant to. swap
Okay.
character
Did
sheet.
you alt F4?
No. I meant to swap over to the character sheet, but I was a centimeter too far away, so I closed the tab.
So what'd you get?
What?
Marwin's rolling
Marwin's-
right now.
Give me a second. I'm trying to find my D8.
Oh.
I can't see anything.
Seeing is for the weak, brother.
Good thing I can't do that. 13.
Okay. I will take it. Thank you.
And as soon as you finish healing Brooklyn, and you begin to withdraw your hand back, you notice that everything around you, Marwin, has gone black.
Lovely.
And you hear a slightly familiar voice. You've only heard it once before, but it does sound familiar. I've been waiting for a new plaything. The
I am
goddess
no
doesn't
new
wish
plaything.
for you to engage any further, so instead, you'll engage with me.
Is that so?
And you begin to once again see light beginning to break around you, and you find yourself farther up the mountain, directly in front of a Mignon, who doesn't exactly look like he done the first time you engaged him. His form is now more serpentine, sprouting sprouting two very large draconic wings, his legs being replaced with those of a dragon as well, and a very long, very sharp tail.
Marwin is going to examine him in detail, disgust etched in her face and every line of her body. She's going to draw her sword. You're finally resembling the snake that you are. I am no one's plaything.
This is perfection, darling.
I've seen perfection. Baby, you're not it.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
I mean, that sounded an awful lot like vicious mockery right there. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, shouldn't she be doing some psychic damage there with that?
Yeah, and disadvantage on the next attack too.
If she had stated she was using vicious mockery.
Oh, gummit!
Nat 20.
With a nat 20, you're easily able to quickly roll out of the way as his tail suddenly strikes out towards you. And as he smiles, he pulls out two swords. One wreathed in flame, the other sparking with electricity.
You need 2 swords? You must not be as good as you think you are.
What can I say? I like to dual wield.
Mm. If you were
And
as skilled
I
as
can
you
go
think you are,
either
you
way.
wouldn't need to. Mm-hmm.
Is oh god. He swing and as he made his remark, he brings the fire sword down across your chest, and does because that was a nat 20. 12, 18, 26 points of damage.
What kind of damage is that?
Slashing.
Okay. Merwin is going to parry the blow. She's not yet released her vengeance. I liked this blouse. Is that all you've got?
Well, I still have another attack. But
Right.
I like to play fair. Slash for slash. I
Is that
believe
so?
your turn. And he does a mocking curtsy towards you.
I don't typically play with my food, but I'll allow it this time. And instead of using her sword, she's going to shoot him with her crossbow.
Make your attack.
Give me a second to math. It's my proficiency bonus to the attack.
You'd be using your dex, the ranged attack.
Right, dex and proficiency if you have proficiency with a weapon.
Yeah, if you have proficiency with range, then yeah.
So it's a 17 plus 3 for my dex bonus plus 5 for my proficiency bonus.
Okay, what's the damage?
Where is my note on what the damage is? So it's 1d8 piercing plus.
I'll go ahead and tell you he's immune to necrotic and poisoning.
Yeah, still gets 1d8 of piercing at 4 points.
There it is.
Oh no, correction. 6 to the damage. I mathed wrong.
He begins to chuckle as he pulls the arrow back out of out of his body, and give me a strength check.
Crit.
Crit fail.
I rolled a 1.
Damn it, I thought you were going to beat that because he rolled a 5.
Oh.
My dice is being cranky tonight.
But his tail shoots out and wraps around your neck as his wings begin to flap and he begins to lift you up off the ground. And he begins to fly you over the battlefield. I think this would be much more entertaining if your friends were to see. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as his tail loosens up and allows you to drop to the ground as he comes into land.
Dirty 20?
Okay. Yeah, you're able to. You hit the ground and roll, so you don't take any damage. And the rest of you all see this. You see a Megnon flying in, holding Marwyn by her neck with his tail, and then dropping her. And as he lands and prepares to continue his assault, it looks like he looks more like a predator toying with its food. The rest of you notice someone else has also has also made their way onto the battlefield. As the goddess of change opens a portal and steps out. So, what are you guys going to do?
Make note of that, but given that she is facing solo against a dreadnought and 5 soldiers, she's I see you, but like priorities at the moment.
Right. Fun thing about that dreadnought here. Fun thing about that dreadnought. How closely are you paying attention to it?
Well, there's a dragon.
Yeah, I had that realization. I am taking important stock of it and probably can see Karn, or see something going on with it, but still it's coming towards her, and until that threat is stopped, it's still a threat. So like it's
make a dexterity saving throw.
Me? Okay.
Yes.
I can do that.
I was gonna say Karn is parkouring up the doggone thing, but okay, go for it.
Oh, with my
I got vertical. I can vertically move up, buddy.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay,
That was a
everyone.
nat 20 plus 9. So,
Okay.
am I okay?
Okay. You happen to catch something out the corner of your eye, and you're able to dive away as you watch what almost appears like a massive fireball slam into this dreadnought. And pieces and parts of it go flying everywhere. You are covered in a little bit in what you're hoping is hydraulic fluid.
It's fine. It's fine.
Great.
She says
As you see two of the larger or the smaller elven dreadnoughts marching towards you, letting out a loud bellow of iron within as they continue to unleash a barrage on the soldiers surrounding you.
Oh, sweet. But now she's so happy for the backup. Don't get me wrong. But now she's like, shit. Where is Karn? Like, there's a very there's a lot of moving parts. Cool. She's gonna be happy about that because that small little distraction will allow her to pull out the longsword that has the poison sitting in it and the nice little glam, plus the Dragon's Bane dagger. Because she's dual wielding this nonsense. She's done. She's done.
Is she still glamored to look like the enemy?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Probably. Probably. Ooh, I got something on my camera.
What was that?
I don't know. Oh, no, it's water.
That's water.
Oh, water. I already drank all the fun stuff. Do not make fun of that accent. I don't want to hear it. I know how I say water, and I get it. My accent.
At least it's not a bottle of water.
Bottle of water.
No, it's water.
Wow.
Anyways, moving forward. Yeah.
Funny accents all around, everybody.
Yep.
I'm still. Oh shit.
Every accent is funny in its own way.
Yes, it is.
Indeed.
Yeah, still. And there's probably no chance they saw me actually stab the dragon. So, all right, cool. That's gonna be something that I'm probably gonna worry about. But right now, I think she's gonna temporarily forget because that helped just a little bit until the next very close shot and goes all right issues.
Take it easy, Dragon Slayer. You're good.
Yeah, still a battlefield. even the fellowship knew. Okay, cool. Took down an elephant. I am still surrounded by enemies. Come on. Situational awareness.
You're good.
Right?
The dreadnoughts have taken care of the soldiers, and you do have a pretty clear path towards the goddess. In fact, the only one who doesn't have a clear path because they're still engaged with the enemy for some damn reason on the front line is Tez.
I mean,
Wait, where's
And Tez has gone Doomslayer.
Tez is going at it with the axe and the guns.
where's the captions here? I want to put down Doom music intensifies.
Yeah.
Although it's only playing inside of Tez's helmet, the music from Doom Eternal is playing inside their helmet.
Yo, that's a great workout soundtrack, by the way. Just so we're clear.
It really is.
Oh my god, it is. My cardio is peak during that soundtrack. Anyways,
I've been given a salad. I just got handed a salad.
excellent. Please enjoy your salad. I guess if she's got a clear shot, she's probably going to put the dagger away so that she knows she can grab one of those darts because she don't want to drop the dagger because it's a nice dagger. So she's probably going to put that away. And where is the attention of this goddess?
She's just she's scanning across the field from one of you to the next to the next. And although although Karn is of course being Karn, she is a goddess. So she even knows the location of Karn.
Yeah, but wouldn't that technically be divination? And wouldn't technically my amulet of proof against detection and location still be in effect because the magic would be divination?
You can't spell divination without divin.
Yeah. She is the divine in divination.
Look, a girl can try, all right?
Yeah, and she's immune to divination magic. So, therefore, Your Honor.
I plead no.
Fuck you mean?
Okay. All right. So clearly, she somehow knows where I am. How far away is she?
She's about 100 feet away.
Okay, she's 100 feet away.
And all of you notice, and except for Marwin, because this is not occurring to Marwin, you begin to have this ethereal shimmer covering your body. As each one of you is quickly pulled directly in front of the goddess. Again, except for Marwin, including Tez, who is in mid swing.
I was just about to stab a dreadnought. I don't know what the heck you're talking about here.
Tez's armor, which used to be grays and blues, is now just deep red.
I feel like ending up in front of the goddess, she's changing back her armor back to what it normally looks like. Like, I'm not. No, we're not missing. We're not playing.
She's definitely all noticed us. So,
yeah. If Lilithnor's dying, Lilithnor's dying in her armor.
Was Tez's like? All right, so Tez was like mid swing with the axe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's almost like for just a second you were frozen in time and then pulled towards her, and then time is unlocked. So, Tez, what you see is you originally seen an enemy in front of you. You're swinging your sword, and the next thing you know, there's a goddess standing not that far away from you, but your sword is still swinging and it slams into the ground.
All right, Tez just rips the axe up from the ground.
all right. Should we try a little charisma, maybe speaking to the goddess at all? Is she a negotiator at all, Terry?
She wants us fucked over. I don't think she's open
Just start
to
talking.
negotiation.
It's fine. Just don't even ask. Just start talking and see what happens.
I mean, Karn would know the answer to that.
She pulled all of us, correct?
Exactly. She already knows
All
where
of
we're
you.
at. So it's no use trying to hide or run.
Oh, that's fine. I was in mid stab on a dreadnought here. This dart is going right up wherever she put me.
Will the dart work against
You just fall out of the air.
Right.
It's okay. I'm a monk. I can. I fall
Dreadnought,
slowly.
you were going to
Monks
stab, got blowed
always,
up.
monks
Okay,
always
so-
land
You
on
want
their
us to
feet.
stab a dreadnought?
Yeah, we're like cats.
So-
We land on our feet all the time.
Yeah. So why does she want us gone in the first place? What do we do?
She's the bad.
Well, I was fucking up her.
I know she's a big bad evil.
She looks at all of you, and then she looks over towards Mignon and Marwin.
Okay.
Well, Mom, my pet plays with your leader. You lot have been interfering with my plans from day bloody one. And, well, darlings, I just can't have... I'm afraid I'm going to need to, oh, how do you mortals put it? Disqualify you from life.
That's not the correct phrase, but I understand.
Honestly, if we were able to fuck up your plans must have been pretty shit.
Tharkard, I am also here against my will. Like I didn't want to
Exactly,
kill a vampire
exactly.
and keep moving on. So like, it's not my fault I got pulled into it.
I mean,
Well,
seriously.
wasn't that my plans were, as you said, shit. You had my mother and my sister aiding you. You bunch of little rabble have been nothing but a thorn in my side since day one. And I simply can't have it anymore.
Well, a couple gods can only take a group of idiots so far.
Speak for yourself on the idiot front.
Oh no, we're all idiots in our own ways.
Oh, good. All right, that's fine. Yeah, healing potions for me mostly.
Who was
And
your
yes, this is happening in front of the goddess because like Lenore's like brain is trying to process this.
Remind me who her. Oh, good.
But also like seem unassuming because there's a plan working and bad mouthing might work.
Honestly, I've faced non-existence. It's scarier than a goddess of change. Like
Yeah.
pure non-existence. Like just
Remind-
stumbling into shadows and just not existing.
I survived Kevin. That should be enough.
We've all
right there.
survived. Kevin.
We've all survived Kevin Carr.
I survived Kevin as a baby.
Honestly, she doesn't really have much. You aren't that intimidating.
I mean,
Honestly,
are
kind of.
you
That's
I'm gonna be honest. It's more
my
hot than
nephew-in-law.
intimidating.
Maybe I'm not that intimidating, but he's a complete and total idiot.
Remind me who your mother and sister are. Who's, you said that they ate
Those
us.
are the.
Bro-
Oh,
Goddess
you
of
weren't here for
time
those.
and the goddess of death.
Goddess of death and goddess of time. Okay.
Yes, I believe you know her as the Raven Queen, and my mother, of course, goes by her name, Illumina. The Weaver of Time, the Weaver of the Fabric of Life, etc., etc.
So wait, hold up. Why do you want all of us dead? What is your motivation here? What's in it for you?
To change everything to be, well, perfect in my image.
Well, I mean,
You're
you're constantly changing, and the world is already constantly changing. So it's already in your what benefit does this have to you?
Power. Mainly that to finally overthrow my mother and become the new primordial. But in order to do that, I have to get rid of this pesky little realm.
Yeah,
Why
I
do you
don't.
want this much power. I mean, it seems more like a burden than anything else.
Well, that's because you're just a wee little mortal.
And
And I think I want to make this, how do you say, interesting. And she waves her hand, and all four of you are fully healed.
oh, full heal. All right.
As her gown changes and becomes this radiant suit of shiny silver and gold armor.
I have a question.
Oh, I was hoping for a different type of interesting.
I have a question for the DM, only because I don't know how this works.
Okay.
The Stone of True Polymorph, is that just on myself, or can I make it go on someone else?
That's only on yourself.
Ha. Okay, thank you.
I see what you were going
I
for.
see
That
what
would have
you're
been.
going for. That would have been great.
That would have been awesome.
Look, it's not fully out yet, but I'm thinking. The brain is thinking. The brain is braining. And
Tez does say out loud that she was hoping for a different type of interesting.
And with all four of you healed, she looks at you and goes, how do you say? Prepare yourself. I need all four of you to roll initiative.
Hold on. We're still not operating at full efficiency.
realistically, you
You-
seem
if-
like you don't want a fair fight because Marwin's not with us. That seems like you don't want a fair fight.
She's busy with my pet.
18.
I knew it. I knew it. Called it.
Well, still, we still aren't at. Some of us still aren't at our peaks right now.
15 from me.
And
I got a nat 20 plus 4. I
I-
don't know if I want to go first.
look, I got something worse than a 20 plus 4. I'm
What
going
did you
like
get?
dead last. I
Oh,
got
shit, you're
3.
gonna die again. Okay, all right. So you're gonna
Oh,
take just
dear.
the brunt of everything again.
Can I still just be talking just throughout this shit?
Like I don't care if I can't, I can't breathe. I'm coughing up blood. I just want to keep talking shit.
Tess needs to suddenly take a level in Bard so she can talk shit and do damage.
There we go.
Wait, which of us has the God Killer as well?
That would be Brooklyn.
You are
Yes, I
muted.
do have that. Oh, let me go look through my stuff.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, that is like I got a nat 1, and so I have a 3 initiative.
My other.
Yeah, that advantage on initiative got me.
Let's see.
Nope.
Interesting.
Okay, I can't remember how I did this last time. Get it to where it'll line it up in order so I don't lose it. There we go, sword.
Honestly, if you truly want a interesting fight, why not have us at our peaks? That'd be as interesting as it could be. But...
That's right. I do have the God Killer. We might need to use it. Okay. Okay.
Alright.
So.
I didn't do it. Undo. There we go. Okay, screw it. Yeah,
We do
little
it
clue.
live.
You're going for. You're going first.
Shit. Okay. 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 Can. Ooh. Okay, for this round, she would like to ready an action, if that is possible.
Okay.
And the ready action would be, if she is given the opportunity, she wants to go after the goddess with one of the silver point darts. And while this is happening, she's also going to be saying a prayer to whatever. I don't know. At this point, she's dealing with gods and goddesses and I have no idea what's going on. But I would love to know how this prison cube works. Just in her mind, she's not saying it out loud, but like she doesn't know how it works, and she's just gonna send like a universe, something out to the universe, and be like, "Someone help, please! Someone, anyone." But her backup plan is the silver pointed dart, and she's gonna prep it that if she is given the opportunity, she is going to try to go after her.
All right.
It's a shame we don't have our cleric with us.
Such a shame.
Yep.
10,000 years. 10,000 years in the prison cube.
We'll give you such a crick in the
All
neck.
right. So you
All right.
And there's also the Cenobites in there.
Sure, you want to go in there?
I feel like a crick in the neck is the least worrying part about the prison cube.
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, my brain is refusing to brain because I feel like I'm going to die again. Well, not die, but not die again, but just die.
There we go.
So you have a prison cube? Well,
Yeah, someone gave me a prison cube and I have it, but I don't know how to use it. And no one knew how to use it when they gave it to me. So she's throwing out a universal prayer of, please, someone come through and help me. Because, like, she's facing a goddess. So who knows who else might be
Right,
listening.
right.
And she's already
Yeah.
had voices in her head.
Yep.
All right, Brooklyn, you're next.
No. Yes. Okay. Let's see. I've got, and how does, let's see, I've got the, yes. I'm looking. Okay. Right. Trying to remember, how does my God thing, or how does that work?
God killer.
Yeah,
Have it.
exactly.
Dude,
God
you have
killer
it written
sword.
down?
Yeah, it's
I used
a +3 long. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
+3 long sword.
It's a +3 log sword.
Long sword. Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, I think we'll be using my God killer sword.
All right, make your attack.
Okay. You said it's a. So I get that +3. Let's see what this does. 16.
That does not hit.
Great.
Although it does, as you swing the sword, although you're not able to penetrate godly flesh, you are the tip of the blade does scrape across her armor, and you can see a gouge running straight through it, following the exact path as the sword, and it's almost like the sword is corrupting her, or the cut is corrupting her armor.
Okay.
Darn, you're up.
This is the aggressive typing. Now I know what my mother
Oh,
did.
sorry.
Yells at me.
I'm taking all the notes.
Tarn had to go to the bathroom, so now it's the goddess's turn. I'm not going to attack Tarn because Tarn's not.
I think Karn stepped away for a moment.
Yeah, he had to go to the bathroom. Really? Twice in a row? Orange Jesus really wants me to attack Connor.
Oh, no.
It landed on him twice. All right.
It's too scared of me.
All right. She is going to make a swing towards Lilith Nor. Oh,
Okay.
Jesus H. freaking Christ.
That's a crit. I'm dead.
Yeah, she critted.
Yeah, that's what I just said. That's a crit. I'm dead.
No, not a nat. She crit. That was a crit 1. A critical failure.
Oh!
Wait,
Hold on,
wait.
Terry. Attack of can
Did
we
you just-
attack of opportunity?
No, it's not even just that. Did she just trigger the ability for her to be able to use the silver dart?
Yeah, would that be? Well, I mean,
How
that
did
is
she attack?
that is an opportunity.
Like, how did she attack? So, like, I can make that decision.
She just swung her sword across towards you, and as a god, she's not really used to mortal combat. So
Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
she looks at you, she goes, it's going to take me a moment to get adjusted to the weight of this thing.
It doesn't
Do we get
matter.
attacks of opportunity?
No.
That's
No.
but
Damn.
would that, because she readied in action, waiting for the opportunity to be able to hit the goddess, which is the word that I used. Can she do it?
Yeah, you can do it. I
But
will tell you this: silver point daggers or darts will not work on a god.
Even where we destroyed the armor.
It's
It's the fact that she's a god.
I know.
Silver point works on mortal beings.
It's worth trying.
It will still
Fuck it,
do
she doesn't
damage.
go
It
that
just
far.
won't instantly kill her because
That's fine, but it's still going to give her. There's no cure, so she's still going to be taking damage. Whether it kills her or not might just be a wear down a point more than anything else. Because it should still take its 3d10 poison. There's just no known cure for it. Unless she's immune to
she
poison.
takes no poison damage, necrotic, or anything. It just becomes against a goddess. It just becomes a regular dagger. But your character wouldn't know that because you.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that. I live in the world of not magical beings where like poison should work in some aspect. So she's still gotta go for it because that was her ready to action and that was her plan. So yeah.
Hey Terry, really can you send me the shit for the anti-dragon wand? Because I can't find it in the spreadsheet.
Let's see, where is it?
You never did give us the stats for that.
Yeah, I gave him the stats for it. I just don't know.
Yeah. Well, let me check the message history real quick, because.
And I can't remember where I put it.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z. All right.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
And the name is literally in the description. Anti-dragon. If I remember right, I think it basically fires a delayed burst fireball at highest level. If I'm remembering correctly.
Everyone get back.
Right.
Sorry, that was something you got after I made the thing, and you didn't update your own stuff.
I wasn't. I don't think I was given the.
Actually,
no,
we'll let Corn jump in real quick so he can take his action. Because he was actually going to go before the goddess, but he had to run and use the bathroom.
Okay.
I didn't say what I was doing.
also got a nat 20 on that hit, by the way, when I decided to take the opportunity.
Okay, go ahead and do your damage. Be the same as a normal dagger. If you're using the
it's a dart. It's not a dagger. It's just over.
Yeah, it'll be
so it'll do 1d4.
Yeah.
Plus your dex.
Well, 2d4 because I critted. So.
True.
2d4 plus an extra d10 because of the golden gauntlet.
Holy heck.
Yeah. So that is 5 plus 4, which is 9. And then the extra d10. Yeah. Which is an extra, so 11 points of damage. It will not be much, but it is what it is. Also, those were 2 separate dices for 2 separate nat 20s. So
you're able to slide the dart underneath one of the plates of her armor, and you're able to dig it in there pretty deeply. And, is this what you mortals call pain? Interesting.
I hate her already.
Corn.
Yes.
Go ahead and drop you in.
Okay. Let's see what happens here. I've got the Hellfire Glaive or Divine Hellfire Glaive. Let's go ahead and see what happens. First attack. That is not good. I rolled a 4 plus 11. That's 15.
That's a miss.
Had a feeling. All right. I'm going to re-angle this here. Maybe it was the angle. Bloody fuck. Okay, that is a 17 for second attack.
That also misses.
Dice jail with you. All right. Fuck it. We're gonna flurry of blows this.
Okay. Tried to stab
That's more like
screw it. We'll punch it.
Yeah, screw it. We'll punch it. You know what? Fuck it as well. Let's spend another extra key point here for Kaioken.
Okay.
And that is a I'm having to go back and forth here just to double check my math here. That is a 30 to hit.
Somehow that misses.
Bull
Roll your damage.
crap. Okay. This is my unarmed strike. So this is just me using the staff as a lever, and I'm kicking her with my feet. First flurry, that is a D6. Oh, that's a D6, not a fucking. All right. Plus a couple of D4, don't I? Because of Kaioken, right?
Yep.
Where did I have that? Oh my god. Did I not put it on this sheet? I should have put it on this sheet. Ah, crap. I think I may have forgotten to put it on here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Fuck it. Let's go all out. We're going all out against the goddess here. So that's times 5. That's 40. That's 46 on top of my D6 that I'm doing already.
Lord.
Prepare the math rocks.
Oh yeah. Also, do you still have that that battery Tez gave you?
No.
No. All right. I forgot whether or not it was used already.
Yeah, it was used. Okay, so let's see. 10. Okay. That is 14 fist damage to the goddess's face. I have to roll 44 because I take damage too. Poor Karn's arm is going to be, starting to blister at this point. Let's see. That's 8 plus 3. That's 11 damage to Karn.
Right.
Okay, and I have another. Oh, and I have another flurry of blow. Don't even think about skipping me over this time here.
All right, lay it out.
There's the second kick. There we go. Dirty 20.
That does miss.
Your tone of voice says that actually missed. I don't like that.
I don't like
It does miss.
I don't like
It
this.
is a goddess.
I don't like that.
I don't
Terry.
like this.
I don't like that at all, Terry. Okay.
I think we have a new
Oh.
clip for Santali.
I don't like it at all.
Oh, should I be threatening or no? I'm not. I'm torn between threatening and actual concern.
Then Thantali, definitely you should be clipping that.
Yeah,
Totally.
I know the
Okay.
haha funny answer, and the real answer is I'm going to come to your house, Terry.
All right. That's all from me.
All right, Tez, you're up. And as and she actually like stumbles back a little bit after Karn kicked her in the face a few times. Nobody has ever touched me that way before. I'm all tingly inside. That's interesting.
I feel like that's a whole separate conversation I would have with you if you weren't trying to kill us. Whole separate thing.
Well, if you decide to stop this, I can point you out to a nice place for that. And Tez is going to shoot the shotgun.
Oh my god.
All right,
She's just going to
to.
one-handed shoot Betsy.
Boom.
Well, if you stop this, I can show you a nice place. Just end there. All right. Let's see. Where the fuck did Betsy go? I could have swore I had her up here.
She should be. I don't think you put in her details though.
Yeah, no, I had her I thought
Yeah,
I
you
had her
never
in
put a
my
detailed
own
damage.
inventory, but I know what her stats are, so I know
can't
where
help
her
it if you don't
stats
put
are
it in the
too.
spreadsheet.
Not that link. I scrolled past it.
I have a lot
Okay.
of clips to put on shorts and TikTok when we're done.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And you're gonna have to edit each and every single one of them.
It's our vengeance for the shit you put us through, Terry.
Exactly.
Make your attack.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna go with fire damage.
All right.
And that is what's 13 plus 14?
27. That
27.
does hit. So, do your damage.
All right. And let's see that one. God, my brain is just refusing to fucking brain. All right. So what's 12 plus 7?
19.
19. Yeah, so that's 19 damage on the first attack.
You fire off the first round, and you see a good chunk of her armor, get blasted away as she does take some damage. But then you watch as the armor begins to heal, except for that spot where the God Killer scratched across her armor plating.
Huh, you got some neat armor there. And then Tez is going to unload Alice.
All right.
And I'm also going to be using Action Surge here. So that will be 18 shots fired from Alice.
All right, just roll one attack and then one damage, and we'll multiply it if you hit.
Yep. That is a nat fucking 20. Holy shit.
All right. Go
Holy
ahead.
fucking shit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So
All right,
Terry,
roll the
is that all crits then?
Yeah. So
Fuck
just
yeah.
roll the damage and multiply by 36.
All right. Oh god, brain is refusing to brain. 11 plus 7, that is 18. So 18 multiplied by 36, right?
Yeah.
That is
648.
Yep, 648.
And she takes all of those shots, and she falls to her knees for just a moment, and she's looking at you. That was quite interesting.
Oh god, typing made my everything fucked up. Oh god. Oh god. All right.
Okay, well.
Sorry, what? I was focused on just my jank ass avatar.
And she slowly begins to stand back up, and her armor begins to change from that silvery gold to now it's a void black. Looking at her armor is almost like looking into the void itself, except for where the God Killer scraped her armor. That now looks like a crack of light. And we jump back over to Marwin and Amignon. As Amignon pulls back both of his arms this time, that is a 19, and that is a 12. So I know the 19 hits.
Yeah. Only does.
And he does 20 points of slashing damage as he once again brings the fire sword down across your chest, but misses with the electric sword, as it's almost like he was trying to knock you to one side with the flame sword, and he was going to try to knock you back the other way, but he misjudged your height because, well, you're short.
Nah, he's just tall. He's just really tall.
Marwin is going to, in addition, she is no longer going to be throwing insults for the sake of insults. From here on out, they are intended to be vicious mockery.
All right.
So she is going to respond with, if I can find it, hellish rebuke.
I think that was a reaction.
It is a reaction, but he did just hit her.
That is a 19 plus, let's see, 19 plus, what is her plus? Plus 4, so 23. So he's only going to take half of it.
And she's going to look up at him. You do realize I am literally half your size. And you're not winning.
That was a nat 20 on his wisdom save. Okay, so it doesn't take half. And he glances back towards you, with this smile cracking across his, as he would say, his perfect face. You're rather a chatty one. I would love to continue our conversation, but I have so many other things to do.
Oh, bored already? You have such a short attention span.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ. Marwin, how many, what's your HP?
77.
Okay,
Oh, no.
good. I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to accidentally kill you yet.
Yet. Yet is the key word I would like to focus on there.
22, 24. Oh, 22. 22, 34. 40, 43. You take 43 points of piercing damage as he sends his tail forward and it pierces you right through your chest.
She's going to look up at him. You've pissed me off now. That doesn't tend to end well for the individuals who do that. And she is going to activate vengeance.
Okay.
Using, at this point, the blue activation. So she's not giving full power yet.
All right.
This might make up the difference between our heights. And it gives me a +2 to my armor class. Which makes it 19.
All right. And are you going to attack?
Yes.
All right, make your attack.
How about a dirty 20?
Okay, that will hit.
It's 3d10 plus 5. It says increase 1d10 per level. So what should it be now?
Let's see. I think at this point it should be. I think it should be like 10d10 now.
Okay.
Want me to roll it for you?
No, I got it.
Okay.
I don't have any.
I was going to use the auto roller.
This is more fun. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Alrighty. So we've got a handy dandy calculator to do the math. 8 plus 8 plus 3 plus 7 plus 3 plus 7 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2 is 48.
Okay. And yeah, you bring vengeance across his chest, and you easily slice through his armor and cut deep into his flesh. And he lets out this almost pleasurable grunt of pain. And he smiles at you. I wish. Oh, gonna have it turn on. Come on. I wish we could keep this up for much longer. This is actually enjoyable. But even my excess has limits. And, ooh, that is a 17 plus 5. So 17, 22. As he backhands you as a reaction.
Okay.
That is only going to be. Where's my D6? There it is. That's only 6 points of damage as he knocks you back. And make a dexterity saving throw.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, he knocks you back, but you're able to stay upright. And with his actual attack, that was his reaction. His only reaction. That's a 15. He swings at you again with his sword. This time he attacks you with the electrical one, but you're easily able to duck out of the way as you hear the crackle and pop of electricity as it swings over your head. And we're going to jump back over to the goddess and the rest of you. Lilithorn, you are up. Goddess of Change in her second phase.
Lovely. Fantastic. Okay. Um,
And we're only
Is
in
there
the
a way
second
that-
round. That's bad.
is there a way that she could possibly pull back just a bit, to maybe start actually trying to figure out how this prison cube opens or something? Like,
Yeah, you can. I'll let you disengage. And you can. And give me a. What would that be? What role is it to figure
Investigation?
something out? Would it be
it's
Arcana?
usually
Well,
well, it kind of
yeah,
depends though, because it can
this
be
isn't-
anywhere from like investigation to sleight of hand to arcana, depending on what it is.
Yeah.
this
Well,
is.
this is a magical artifact, but I think
I think it's more like a
because
Rubik's
it does
cube, so
take
kind of- yeah.
a physical action to open it. Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah, if we're talking like the actual cube from like Hellraiser, that would be more physical than anything else. Oh, hold on. I don't like
The
that.
lament
That's all the other dice.
configuration.
I lost my
We
notes.
have such sights to show. you.
Investigation.
Honestly, I think she'd like it there, given what's happened.
I
I
mean,
mean-
I have said that
Yeah.
in the chat.
Yeah. Oh,
What did
I
you get?
haven't been looking at the chat. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, it's in the Twitch chat, anyways. So,
Oh, the Twitch chat. Oh, all right.
What did you get, Lilithmore?
a dirty 20.
30-20? Okay. Yeah, it takes you a moment, but you're able to. You see the lines, and you kind of get an idea of that you need to almost like Rubik's cube it a little bit.
You lost Allie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
And you notice that they are, they're very faint, but they are runes carved into it. So give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, my plus 14. I've been waiting to use sleight of hand for something. Sorry. It's the simple things in life.
No. These failings are valid. Go for it.
Yeah. It's like when I first
well,
used Fan the Hammer.
That is going to be a 15 plus 14 for a 29.
Okay. You figure out how to open it.
Okay.
And you begin to open it, but now you got to figure out what the hell to do with.
No, it's a plan. She's got a plan. She had to figure out how to open it before she could go through all of it. So, like, there was a moment. So, yeah, there was a plan. So, ideally, she would be like, okay, I know how to open this. Now I just need to wait kind of until my next turn to be able to do it.
All right. Brooklyn, you're up.
All right. Let's do this.
No shit, Marlon has all.
All right. Well, I'd like to use my God Slaying Longsword again.
All right. Make your attack. And actually, you have advantage this time because
Okay.
Lilithnor opening up that box drew her attention.
Okay. Well, I rolled 19 plus 3, so 22.
Right? Make your attack.
That was my attack.
Or roll the damage, which is going to be.
What is the damage
Just
on
a
that?
second here, because she is a god. This is a god-killing weapon.
Correct.
That is going to be 5d12.
5d12? Okay.
Holy crap.
I love it. All right. Give me a second here. We'll do this. D12. And
What did you give us? The Hammer of Thor?
basically.
Yeah, did you give us
Alright, and I'll
Jonathan?
say a second. 30.
Yeah, you bring you once again bring the God Killer across her chest in a wide arc. This time you watch as a good chunk of her armor actually falls away as you slice through it and cutting into her flesh. And for the first time in an extremely long time of this world, you witness a god bleed. And her armor does not regenerate.
Oh.
Right. Karn,
Yo.
you're up.
All right, I had a little bit better
Sorry.
luck with the metal dice. So let's see if that luck stays or if I'm going to be sending something else to the Shadow Realm. That is
Oh,
what?
a new challenger
Hey.
approaches.
Hey guys.
Oh no!
All right, I gotta. Get
We
this
have
all, I
Traveler.
have to get this all set up. Yeah, getting it all set up on my iPad is a lot more challenging than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, it usually is. On the bright side, if you're using D&D Beyond, you can use the dice there to roll too.
Yes, but I also have dice, like dice.
True.
Somehow they're in my
Okay.
suitcase.
That is a 21.
21. That misses.
Blood and gore.
Gary.
How about a 23?
That hits.
Okay. Let me see. I gotta roll this and not that one. These ones. Hang on, because I've got more stuff that I'm gonna be doing after this too. Don't think you can skip me.
Well, while you're rolling
Okay.
the damage, Mando, if you will, roll initiative for me so I can add you in.
Yep.
That is 9. Okay, that is 9 slashing, 2 poison, which I don't know if it's going to end up being effective against her or not.
No,
And
she's
4
immune to necrotic and poison.
and 4 fire. So I'm not going to even roll the poison die anymore. All right. So that's essentially just 10 damage from
Are
that.
you using a divine weapon?
I am in fact using the divine hellfire glaive.
Roll the damage again.
So do
Ah,
one
ah,
more.
Do the other.
So just the slashing and the fire again?
Yep.
Okay, that is 11 additional damage.
I rolled a 15, but I don't know what I think my initiative bonus is 2, so 17.
All right.
You're probably going to be going before me then. Next time.
You're definitely going before Tez.
Let's say
Tez is
right,
in the very
right
bad.
after me. I was at 18.
Okay, I am also expending more key. Because why not? Because this is a god. We're going all out.
Are you going to bed? No, you're fine. They can
Is
see you anyway. You're in the shot here. Hang on. That's my super cool cousin.
hey, super cool cousin.
Howdy.
Because I'm at her house.
That is a 23.
But see, we're split all over the
Hey, that
place.
hits.
Okay. I'm gonna use digital dice for this one here because there's way too much dice for me to keep track of here and to count all the time. So fuck it. 10 times 5. We're still in that here. So that is 17 damage. And
All right.
13 from Karn here. Oh gosh, I need my calculator. I don't feel like doing math right now in my head. I really don't. And minus 13. All right. And my layers of shadow don't go off because I'm not raging. Let's roll that again here because I am doing a flurry of blows.
All right.
Oh, that one is definitely gonna miss. That's a 12.
Yeah, that misses.
Yeah. Oh well. Shoot. Actually, I was gonna do that on this hit here. Never mind. I can't do that now. All right. That is all I am doing at this time.
And the goddess looks between you, Karn, and you, Brooklyn, as she spits out blood, and she just stares at you both for a moment. Where the fuck did you get those weapons?
Wouldn't you like to know?
And as you say that, you see a dimension door open up, and you see a dragony-looking ranger get tossed through, and from the other side you go, I found your friend! I'm not responsible for her anymore!
That hurt.
Wait,
Thanks,
hold on.
Kevin.
Hold on, Terry.
Door shut.
Hold on, Terry. Isn't Betsy also a divine weapon? Because
No, she's not.
but she was, augmented by the Raven Queen.
Yeah, it was augmented, but it's not blessed.
All right.
Where Karn's is literally
I mean,
blessed, and Brooklyn's is literally the God Killer.
Yeah.
And,
Sorry, I'm also
Mango.
repacking my suitcase because we leave tomorrow.
Ah,
Weep, 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 weep.
Hang on, actually, I have that. Where is that?
I like mine better.
I need to reinstall voice mod. I uninstalled it because it stopped working.
All right. Who's next?
Mango, you are up.
Yeah, sorry. Let me switch to my headphones. What's up? All right, I'm a fire the bow here in a second.
I'm a fire my laser.
So that is a 19, 16 plus. I do not know how to use this phone app. Does a 30 hit? And
That definitely hits.
Oh, wait, well, if 30 hits, then the 33 hits. So,
Jesus, did you roll like a nat 20?
no, I rolled a 19 and a 16.
Ah.
She just has ridiculous modifiers.
And so do I. It was one
So do all of us.
All
Yeah.
right, that is 22.
You're in in-game. You better have.
True.
22 points of damage plus
Right?
my pixies hit it for another 5, so 27 total.
All right. And can you do anything else, or is that all you got?
That's all I got.
All right. Now it is the god's turn. And she's a bit phased because she's been cut, she's been punched, she's been kicked, she's been arrowed, and she tries to take a swing at Tez, but it's almost like she's having difficulty even holding the weapon up from the blood loss.
And the brain damage.
Dang,
And
I think you
and
need
the
to get
brain
more
damage.
training.
She looks at him. I don't get it. Who are you people?
Is it my turn now?
or
Yes,
your
it's
worst
your turn.
nightmare.
It's my turn. I'm Tess Arcanos, and you're watching Disney Channel. Shotgun.
No.
Oh, and
No. Don't bring the mouse into this. How dare you?
Oh god! All right.
What the
Yeah, I
fuck's
got it.
Disney Channel?
How long have you been waiting to say that?
Literally, just as soon as just two, just
This is
who
the
are
adult
you? Just
version of
hearing
the
that, and
Disney
I'm just-
Channel because this is not the kid version. That's for sure.
Personally, I'm an idiot with a bit of pyromania. Shotgun.
Rated B for violence.
All right, roll your attack then. Or roll your attack.
All right. Actually, no. I'm going to use the pistol. The game was rigged from the start. All right, and so that is going to be 12 attacks, and that is that is a 24.
That hits.
All right. You know, we could have just sat down and had some Dream Lily, but no, you had to just start trying to destroy the world or some shit. And God, those were some terrible fucking rolls.
Oh dear.
Hold on. Let me just double check here. Yeah, so that's 10 damage for each bullet.
All right. And
Yeah, have you ever even had Dream Lily before?
I'm a god. I can't be affected by hallucinogens or the depravity of alcohol.
What if you just emanate yourself into a lower form?
I wouldn't dare reduce myself to such.
I mean, you're having a lot of fun with pain, so imagine the fun you'd have with pleasure.
And with that, we're going to jump back over to Marwin and Megnon.
Tez is just taking this shit not at all seriously.
Ted needs an honorary level in Bard at this point.
I agree.
I feel like this is just with gods. Just the amount of confidence she has is only with dealing with gods.
Since Megnon went last, Marwin, you are up.
Marwin is once again going to make use of her sword and attack him with it.
All right.
Ooh. 23.
That hits.
Figure out the damage. We said 10d10s.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody resistant to these hands or these feet.
Yep, last one. Ew.
Now we're doing the math part of Indy.
That's the part I don't like.
Math is hard.
48.
Okay. And
Oh, wait. I think I mathed wrong.
How dare.
It's a 58.
okay, yeah, you slash across him again, cutting another swath through his well, until you hit him the first time, his perfect armor. And he looks at you as he watches his own blood coming through the armor. He goes, it's almost as if you're perfect. But then I have to remember, you're not me.
I don't have to be perfect to beat you. You're just lame.
Oh shit.
Oof.
This doesn't kill you.
Yeah, I've only got 28 HP.
Uh, 8, 9, 20, 23. Where's the other one? That's my thing. Come out. 24 points of slashing damage as he brings the electric sword across your chest once again.
Marwa's not looking too great at this point, but she is still running her mouth with the vicious mockery because why the hell not?
Okay.
Oh, big guy has to come at me with 2 swords. What a weakling.
That is 24. So he's saved again. Okay. And it's your turn.
Let me check something.
Kick him in the shins. It'll do more damage.
This is Marwin, not T.
All I can think of is just
I mean, same height difference.
I mean, in this
she's still the
context,
shortest.
not only that, she's up against essentially a giant. This is essentially the same thing.
So would throwing a tantrum not work this time?
Mando Mom does not know the story behind that one.
Yeah.
It sounds funny anyway.
Oh, it's hilarious. She's just gonna go after him with the sword again.
Say, don't you guys like I came prepared with my even in my
go.
suitcase, clicky clacky macky rocks.
Ooh, clicky clacky mac.
9.
9.
9.
That misses.
I guess.
What do you
I
mean?
mean,
It hit reverse AC.
Reverse AC.
We're not doing Thaco.
Oh, this isn't golf. What?
No,
Give
Thaco.
give me a strength
But
check.
AC used to be.
A strength check?
Yeah, Brooklyn in like D&D.
That's not exactly her forte.
What? It's not like a healing slap.
It's a
It's gonna be a 17. What'd you get?
19.
19?
Yes.
Okay.
That's her dump stat.
He using his tail once again, it's wrapped around your neck, and he tries to and he begins to squeeze it, but he decides that no, this isn't the way he wishes to dispatch you, but he's holding you in the air.
Wait. We're fighting a dragon?
No, just
No, Marwin's.
no.
You're not there with Morwen. Morwen and the dragon somewhere else. You're with the goddess.
And it's not
Yeah.
even really a dragon.
Not anymore.
She's with Dragon. The rest of us are not.
And he looks at you as he uses his tail to hold you in the air. And why did it automatically go to that? Not yet. There we go.
You mistimed it, you fool.
But he's holding you in the air by with his tail, bringing your face to his. This was fun, but sadly, I've got better things to do. And he drives his sword into your chest.
No.
And you feel your body begin to slip as you begin to fall to the ground. But but something keeps you here, at least for a moment. And you see yourself in this black space. In front of you are two very familiar people, but both look exactly like you, except for one has hair that looks as if it is fire, wearing clothes that are way too elaborate for your taste. And the other looks like a more darker version of you. You know these as Morrigan and vengeance itself. And they both reach down and pick you up. And they both take your hand, one on each side, that is holding vengeance. And they both, at the same time, whisper in your ear, "We have always been more powerful."
Repeat that.
I
I
need
couldn't
you.
hear you. I'm sorry, I couldn't.
We have always been more powerful together. I need you to make an attack with advantage. And you're using vengeance at full strength.
Got it. All right. Having the math. One. 21 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
Oh, crap. And it changes my AC to 21.
All right. And roll the damage.
Is it still 10?
No, you're using it at full. So I believe that is
12.
Let me check.
Oh, I dropped some metal.
Add 2 die to each damage roll. So 12. 60.
You, although the rest of you are a good ways away from Marwyn and Mignon, you watch, or well, first you hear, and even though she's far away, it's almost as if her voice is carrying on the wind, and you hear Marwyn, but it's a little off. It's almost Marwyn in stereo, as it sounds like three voices merged into one. As you hear her whisper the words "set free," and you all watch as a brilliant red light, almost like a wave, is slung from the blade of vengeance. And you all watch as Amignon is sliced clean in half by this wave of energy and slowly begins to dissolve away, turning to ash on the wind. And you all watch as Marwyn falls to her knees, resting on her sword that now is driven blade first into the ground. And Lilith Nor, since you're the only one with a passive perception above 15, you notice something else. You see a tall figure walk up to Marwyn and place a hand on her shoulder. It's a tall man, pale skin, long black hair, dressed in a business suit. You know that this is Mark. This is death.
Oh. She's going to catalog that away because there's some other things that we need to sort out first. But there's going to be a tinge of regret, just a tinge. And she is going to make her move.
Okay.
How far is the goddess away?
She's let's say she's 15 feet away from you.
15 feet. And I have a extra 5 foot of reach. So I have 10 feet. She's 15 feet away. Okay, so we're gonna see if this works. If I remember correctly from how you described her, she is bleeding in the areas that have been cut by the divine weapons.
Yep.
Okay. So she is going to move, hopefully sneakily. I know it's tough to do the sneaky, but she's gonna try to do the move. And what she's going to do is she's, while moving, going to open the box and try to get her blood on it, or try to get on her blood on it just before she opens the box, like the goddess's blood, very specifically.
Give me. I don't want to do this. Because the goddess is distracted because she just lost her pet.
Yes.
Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand.
Oh, yes, please. You know what? This is a Loki move, so we're going to go with the Loki dice. Which never fails. That is a 26.
Okay, yeah, you're easily able to get blood on this prison cube. And you don't even have to move anything. You start watching as the parts begin to rotate and twist and turn until it takes this unusual form and it begins to open.
She's dropping at the goddess's feet and bonus action disengaging the nope out of there.
Yeah, as you nope away, you watch as several chains come shooting out of this box. Chains that shouldn't be able to fit in the box because this box is small. And it wraps around her legs and her arms, which now gives the rest of you advantage on all attacks. Brooklyn, you're up.
I have a question. What's her reaction? I'm just curious.
Come on.
All right, let's do.
Give us the
As
reaction,
chains are
Terry.
wrapping around her.
Let's do another swipe with the
No,
sword.
no. What's going on? Why is my pet dead?
What?
Who are you people? There's no way that you lot are mortal.
22.
You shouldn't be able to stand against a god.
Terry, 22.
Okay. Yep, that hits.
People need to stop underestimating us mere mortals.
Yes, they do.
Oh, that's fully out loud at the goddess.
And I get, hold on.
I'm going
I
to
will
save
roll
my
damage
comment
here in
for
just
my
a
turn.
second. Well, I need to roll my damage.
Yeah, roll your damage.
5, right?
Yeah.
Wait a second. It's easier to do it this way. And that's a 16.
Okay. And you carve yet another line across her chest, and more of her blood begins to pool out. But the cracks are the cuts are beginning to merge together, almost as if each slash with the God Killer is corrupting her. And these slashes are beginning to connect and beginning to widen. And all of you see something. A small black orb deep inside, not deep inside her, but inside of her chest where the heart would be. Mako, you're up.
All right, I'm aiming directly for the orb.
You got advantage.
Yep.
Yeah, that was 18 and 19 plus 14, so
Yeah, those hit.
yeah, they both hit. And I'm gonna also I'm gonna do the Wrath of Dragon's Descent special, the 12d6.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yep. First, let me roll the damage for the regular arrows.
There's no need to roll the damage. Tell me how this attack goes.
Okay, so I aim directly for the orb, and send the pixies after the orb as well. And since I hit, you said I don't have to roll any damage?
No.
Yeah, I just loose the 2 arrows and just aiming directly for the orb inside that I can see, to see if it'll expand the cracks and explode her.
You watch as your arrows are almost, you almost Robin Hood it. They're so close together. And you watch as the orb begins to split and crack. And then it ruptures. And her body begins to catch with flames, not of the mortal world, but of the void, as black flames begin to engulf her body, and it begins to rip apart. But as the body parts are ripped from each other, each one is drawn into the cube. And as the last remnants of her body is pulled into the cube realigns and is once again just a harmless prison cube. And it falls to the ground once again in front of Lilith Nor's feet. As the barrier that was around you, that were keeping you there with the goddess of change, collapses. And as you all stand there, you see Marwyn off in the distance. And you watch as the Alithids and the Chaos Cultists, one by one, begin to dissolve into nothing, those that aren't slain outright by the soldiers of this realm. And then you all hear an eruption of applause, shouts of victory, as all of the armies of Xodia are looking at all of you, shouting in unison and praising your names.
That worked.
Tez is going to pick up the prison cube and just say, "You were the weakest god and most vanilla masochist I have ever met." And then she's going to put it in the bag of holding.
There is one more object laying on the ground. And that is her sword.
Lilith Nor's going for it immediately. She's like, "Nope, it's mine."
As you go for it, you're so focused on the sword, you don't see, you neither hear the dimensional door open nor see the giant shadow behind you. And as you reach for it, you see a large boot plant itself on top of the sword.
She's gonna look very out of sorts and look up at him, like, seriously.
And then you see a large, giant hand reach down and pick up the sword. And as you turn to face him, you quickly realize that this is Sahaman. Not as you originally seen him, as he usually keeps himself at a more proper size, but you're seeing him at his full height, the full 20-foot giant that he is.
He makes
and
all of us look small.
And he's chuckling as he's looking at the sword, and he looks back at you. He goes, "I don't think the Pantheon is ready for a bugbear to be a goddess of change."
I literally just wanted compensation because my assassin's business just went up in flames for saving the world. Everyone's gonna know me.
And I don't think your name's been published.
Give me a strength check, Lilith Nord.
Oh, okay, sure. Hold on. I just want to check something, see if this gold gauntlet gives me anything extra. I think it's just weapon damage.
Is that your worst stat?
It's not my worst stat. It was just I'm looking for every buff that I could possibly have for this.
What is your worst stat?
Wouldn't you like
It's it's a mixture between intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. That's why she does not get along with many people.
Oh,
yikes!
No, strength is my dump stat.
Yeah, strength is also my dump stat.
Okay.
It's just bolstered right now by the belt.
All right. So just a straight strength.
Yeah, just a straight strength check.
Okay. I can do this. I can kind of do this. That's a +3 for 19.
Okay. You don't fall over as Sahaman pats you on the back. because he normally doesn't stay in this size. So, so he's wanting a little bit more strength than he normally does. He goes, "Don't worry, I'll make sure you are compensated."
Also, racist. I could totally be a goddess of change. Thank you very much.
He laughs
Yeah.
and he goes, I have someone, let's say, a little bit more qualified for the job. Although it by definition should be me, because I am a demigod, but I've had power before, and it's just not my thing. This power should be wielded by someone with a little bit more of a level head. When he looks out towards the crowd, Kevin!
No,
no,
absolutely not.
no.
And
That
you
is
see-
the worst
And you see
choice we
Kevin
could
come
make.
running up.
Stunning
Kevin,
strike.
can you
Stunning-
open up a door for me to the ethereal realm, please?
Oh,
Oh God.
Kevin,
Oh, thank you.
damn it! One
Dolly,
time I
that's
get to
another-
be a god, and you take it away from me.
Ben Dolly, that's another clip. Ben Dolly, that's another clip.
Stunning strike just has the same energy to me as throw punch.
it's okay,
I
Kevin.
will
He
stunning,
told
I
me
will stunning
bugbears
strike
would,
somebody.
Logo
And-
would be like, "It's okay, Kevin." Like he said, bugbears wouldn't make a good goddess of change. So like, it's fine. Don't
Kevin is a worse choice for the god of change than me.
Kevin should never just be a god, period. Like any god. It doesn't
He's
matter. what-
already powerful enough.
Exactly.
And Kevin opens up the door, and you all see Marwyn down the hill where she was resting upon her sword. And well, only one of you know her true fate. But coming through the dimensional door is Mark. And as he's coming through, he is holding the hand of Marwyn.
Mm-mm.
How is she more qualified? Her decisions
Hey,
have been
boss.
equally as bad in this group. Sorry.
So I see.
She seems like more of an order goddess than a chaos god. Well, not chaos. More of an order than change.
And Solomon looks at you, Lilithnor, and gives you, an admonishing smirk. And he's not fully admonishing you, but he doesn't want to also give you the full satisfaction. And then he looks at you, Tez, and he goes, "Well, we've had change for so long. Maybe a little bit of order is the change we need." And even at his full height, Sahaman takes a knee in front of Marwyn, and holding the sword in his hands, he holds it out to you. Do you take it, Marwyn?
I look at Solomon and ask him, "Are you sure this is what you want?"
He gives a slight chuckle. For once, it's not about what I want. It is what this realm, this plane, and this universe need. I've had power once before. I don't like power.
Power
But
is
you,
a tool, nothing more.
yes, and I'm not that good with tools. Should ask my mother about the balcony.
Marwyn laughs and nods and steps forward and accepts the sword.
As you take the handle of the sword, first thing it does is it shrinks down to a more appropriate size. And you all watch as Marwyn's clothing begin to change as she's surrounded by an ethereal light. And although her clothing still has that Marwyn aesthetic to it, it has just a little bit of godliness to it. It sparkles a little more. It doesn't seem as drab as it usually is. And Solomon gets back to his feet. So, what do we do now, my lady?
We repair what can be repaired and heal what can be healed.
Well, I can make sure that that is done on this side of the plains. And I entrust you with the affairs of the gods on your side. Besides, I think you have somebody waiting for you.
I think you do. I think you're right.
He nods towards you and goes, "Then I bid thee well."
Marwyn gives him a deep curtsy and then steps forward and grasps his hand and gives him a familial brotherly hug before stepping away again.
And he accepts your hug. And as you release it, he takes his giant hand and places it on Lilith Nor's back and pushes her towards you. And he looks down at her and goes, "Just give her a hug already, you stupid little bear." As he chuckles and turns around.
First of all, I would stab her before I would hug her. Also, I already saw you die over there. So,
yeah. Wait, she's dead?
Oh yeah, y'all missed that. I'm so sorry. We were trying it, and then I tried to get the sword, and then this whole thing. Yeah, the plaything of the other goddess of change killed her. Sorry. Guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The boss man would not be pulling her from the realm of the dead if she was alive.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just overstimulated right now. I am not catching half of this shit.
And I'm not hugging her. I'm not hugging you.
I don't know.
Marwyn is going to take a moment and speak to each party member individually, and she's going to start with Lilith Nor.
As Solomon turns and begins to walk away a little ways to give you all room and a little bit of privacy, over his shoulder he yells at Lilith Nor, "Either give her a hug, or you apprentice with Kevin for a week."
I don't hug my own family. Why would I hug her?
Give it a shot.
In my ass.
Marwyn reaches out her hand. How about a handshake?
I will do a handshake. It's fine. I'm doing that. I'm not hugging.
And as Marwyn is shaking Lilith Nor's hand, she gives Lilith Nor a small blessing of her potions will always be exactly what she wants them to be.
Oh, here comes the most deadly poisons I can create.
That's a big blessing.
You're thinking about making Silver Point, aren't you?
I did. Maybe. I could probably reverse engineer this. Oh,
and
awesome.
then she turns From there, she turns to Tez and just pulls Tez into a big hug. And the blessing that she gives Tez is, you will always have a home and be surrounded by people who love you.
She retracts her helmet, and you can just see she is tearing up, just barely keeping from crying. And she holds tight, tries not to hug too tight, even though she knows Marwin's a god now, but this is it.
This is it. But it's not bad. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm so new to this
You're okay.
shit.
And Marwin sort of disengages from Tez to let Tez compose herself and steps over to Brooklyn and gives Brooklyn a big hug.
Right.
And
back
the blessing that she gives Brooklyn is, you will rule long and wisely and be beloved by your people.
Thank you. Brooklyn is very accepted and grateful for this gift from a good friend.
Then she turns to Mako and holds out her hand. We haven't known each other long, but I sense you have a journey that is still unfinished.
I take your hand always.
You will find what you're looking for. And it will bring
know
the
what I'm
closure
looking
you
for.
seek. And it will bring the closure you seek.
Well, that would be nice.
From there, she turns to Karn.
No, she doesn't. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, at this point, she's a goddess. You really can't run away.
That car tries to shadow step and she just no.
Don't do that.
There's no escape from the goddess.
I was already half a mile away. How the heck?
You and I have unfinished business. I think there will come a time when that is completed. But for now, your blessing is you are no longer dermatologically allergic to chocolate.
What about gastrointestinally?
Baby steps.
Stay out of trouble.
No promises.
And at that, Marwin disengages and steps back. And just says goodbye to everyone.
Bye.
And as
Goodbye.
you step back from everyone and give your last goodbye, one more figure steps through the portal, and this is a figure that all recognize, no matter what walk of life they are from. She's tall, elegant. Her gown flows like raven's wings. And she places her hand on your shoulder, Marwin. I know you will be excellent. My sister had her flaws, as you have yours and I have mine. But I know you will always make the right decision. Now, come along. You have people waiting for you, and you have a job to do now. Far away from the bickering of, well, Parliament, which really isn't that different.
Yeah, I think that part of my job will never change.
Try not to forget us, okay?
As if I could.
Remember, we took one goddess down. Don't mess up. I don't want to have to go through this nonsense again. Just do good.
Change will come, and there will be a time when this era ends, but not for a very long time. And only when it's the right time.
Right, so I'm not going to get called back here again. All right. I've got to go back to my plane.
Mark actually looks over at you. This is your plane.
What?
Thank fuck, I don't want to lose more than one of the important people here.
Well, you were originally from a prime material plane. You just happened to be sent to the abyss. You're a creature of the mortal world, my friend. And this is your home.
Oh, I've got so much learning to do.
I'm willing to help out with that. I still got a lot of learning too.
My friends, that is going to be true for all of us.
Yeah.
And Mark and the Raven Queen guide Marwin back through the portal back into the ethereal plane.
Before they go, before they like fully like the portal, can I toss a fucking a fucking tankard through?
What?
A tankard.
A tankard.
Really?
Of course you would.
Of like drink? I'm going to hope.
No.
Yeah, you're able to toss a tankard through the portal before it closes.
Oh my gosh.
Only this time Marwin dodges.
Tez just tearfully laughs.
I don't get it.
Oh,
Sarah, you're too nice.
And that wouldn't be the last time that you would all see Mark. She would come to you, but never physically. But you would hear her whispers on the wind. You would see her face in your dreams, gently guiding each of you as well as the rest of the universe each day, guiding each step, pushing the world toward a much better time. Yes, there were still wars to be fought across different lands, but those are far and few in between. And it's been several years since the battle with the original Goddess of Change. And upon that mountain where Marwin's sword is still stuck in the ground, they've erected a statue, the orcs, building an entire temple to a new Goddess of Change, never letting anyone remove the sword, never allowing anyone to even touch it, as it is considered a sacred object, and Marwyn was a good friend to the orc, and the orcs always remember. Lilithnor, what happened to your life after the battle?
I feel like partially she would still do what she was doing, maybe slightly less killing, but she'd still what everyone didn't know, or she would actually probably go to Brooklyn afterwards and be like, so now that you're going to be the new empress, I am Lilithnor Whitrun, one of the children of the Whitrun Apothecary Empire, and kind of go through all that spiel. So, hi, yeah, I come from one of the famous families. Very annoying. But I feel like she would just keep doing what she was doing because she does enjoy making potions, but she likes poisons because she likes sending them back to the family so that the family can reverse engineer and make healing stuff. So she would still continue doing it, maybe lay off the vampires ever, like never go up against a vampire ever again, but keep kind of looking at it. And I think one of her like very long term, like towards the end of her life, she would finally be able to reverse engineer the silver tip poison, because that one was a pain to try to figure out.
Well, now you've got the power to have your potions be correct. So that, and my mom still owns the apothecary there, so
look, but
might be a place for you.
Fires, I got my own family with the empire, my own apothecary empire family. But like, if she ever wants to retire, like you hit me up. I'll make the connections. Like,
Yep.
Nice.
She may not be able to perform or make a healing potion to save her life, and that doesn't change, blessing or not. Like, she still can't do it.
Right.
So, we've
got the connection.
I'm going to add one little thing.
Okay.
It takes you a while, because Silver Point is a very rare poison. In fact, it's from a plant that's not even from this plane, let alone this universe. But you are eventually able to reverse engineer it, and by doing that, you're also able to, with the help of your family, find the cure. But one day you're working in your shop and you're hard at work, concocting a new poison, when you hear someone enter through your door, and you hear a familiar voice. I'm looking for the owner.
Oh my god. Sorry, my brain was like, hold on. Who's
This is our William Shatner.
Yeah, I was like, wait, hold on, this Shatner. She's gonna be like, you're looking at her.
My lord has a proposition for you.
Oh, Lord was it Owlington?
Oliver
Barrington.
Yeah. Oliver Barrington? That lord?
Precisely. We have a small issue with a specific kind of poison. And, well, not poison, more of a toxin. And we are hoping that you can figure out its composition so we may reverse it to cure those who are affected by it.
What is the timeline? Just throw out a number. It doesn't really matter.
We need a solution to this toxin in about 2 months.
2 months. I got you. Okay. We can do that. This is the average contract that I throw up, that I have pre-written for any time anyone wants to reverse engineer. Standard liability clause, XYZ, cross the I's, dot the T's. Dot the I's, cross the T's. Please look this over. And this is my general rate, with the capability of the pricing could change depending on if it is an off-plane composition.
Rodriguez takes the paperwork and he quickly fills it all out and signs it. He goes, I think you'll find the compensation quite reasonable. And he sets a very large bag of gold on the table.
She's gonna pick it up and be like, "Okay, well then."
Considering
Did you,
copper's the currency here, yeah.
Yeah. Just gonna be like, all right, that's fine. Give me the sample and I will get back to you.
And yeah, he hands you the sample, and it doesn't take you long. Because although the apothecaries in their prime material plane are good, they're not Lilith nor good. And you're quickly able to discern the toxin, and with the help of your family, reverse engineer a cure for it. And when Rodriguez returns later to retrieve the cure from you and return to his plane, you a month later you find an odd note on your desk. You don't know how the note got there, as you remember locking the door several times before leaving your shop.
That's about right.
The note proclaims that you are now a lady of the realm and due all proper benefits of royalty as proclaimed by Lord Oliver Barrington, and where his signature should be is not a signature, but just a big, paw print. And in fine print, you see that you will receive a monthly allowance of 2,000 gold pieces, which makes you very wealthy in this plane of reality.
She was already wealthy. Like, she's gonna be like, and she's gonna be like, take that, Marwin. Nah. She's just gonna make the comment and be like, yeah, okay. See?
Let's move on to Karn. What has Karn been doing since the battle?
Aside from learning more about this essentially new world he's been shoved into, away from that which he is familiar with, for the most part, he's going to just stay with the Rosenthorn estate and serve as a spy master there.
Okay.
And procuring brains.
I was about to ask, has Karn still been keeping friendly with Rael?
Oh, yes, and got to make sure we have a good steady supply of criminal minds.
And the only thing I'm going to add is, you quickly become the spy master for the Rosenthorns, and although her brothers are still a little suspicious of you because, again, you are a changeling and you're constantly changing your form, and that's kind of a little unnerving to some people, but they've grown to accept you. But Rael finds your company the most enjoyable. Always making sure that when you return from whatever mission that you are on, that as you bring her meal, she always makes sure that a meal is always freshly prepared for you. And still to this day, just as a light jab, she always makes sure that there is tiramisu.
He will not eat it. It's still traumatic. He may not be allergic anymore, but he is very much traumatized by it. He won't, however, begrudge her a small jab. I mean, come on. He'll tease her about being a brain sucker here, and she gives him chocolate. That's fair compensation, I think.
Brooklyn. What has Brooklyn been doing since the battle?
Since the bout,
Since the
I
battle.
have returned back to my home and have taken my rightful place alongside my mother was ruling our kingdom there. Hi, let's see. Let me. Oh, hold on a sec. There's my notes. Mm-hmm. Let me open my notes.
You.
Second.
Although your mother is the true empress of the Western Elven Kingdom, she always more or less has you pretty much acting as the de facto. So she prefers to continue working in her apothecary while leaving the actual ruling pretty much up to you.
For sure.
And in the past few years, you've been able to do something that, well, your ancestors tried to do by force for years and failed at every turn. There is no longer an Eastern and Western Elven Empire. There is now just the Greater Elven Empire. Well, where High Elf, Half Elf, Dark Elf all live together as one, sharing cultures, sharing languages, sharing meals. And yeah, there's still some of those highborns that still stick their nose up, but nobody cares anymore, as you've helped bring in a new era to your now much greater kingdom.
I think.
And you also kind of have a little bit of a side hustle, as you're a being you are a being that was and still is cursed. You're still a Wendigo.
Sure.
You have learned how to help others who share similar afflictions, and with the help of the Count, and with the leaders of the multiple Lycan packs, you start new schools throughout the Elven Empire to help younger generations better learn and understand
each other,
their curses or their gifts,
as well as each other, since we're all combined now into one.
Tez, how has life been treating Tez?
At first, she was taking it a little bit rough. I mean, naturally, of course. Oh man, my model is not at all caught up. At first, it was a little rough, just trying to adapt to not really having much direction. But eventually, she went to the dwarves and started training with the maestro for a fair few years, and improved upon her magical battery design, alongside making bigger variants, which she supplied to cities in order for them to be powered and develop better infrastructure. She would, well, also, just in order to get this funding, she would reach out to the Goldgrave estate and just occasionally work with Nicholas on some oh god, what's the word that I'm thinking of? Projects with similar bases.
Hmm.
Throughout all this, she would try to keep in contact with everyone, and of course, take Karn's share of the tiramisu every time. Since Rael is still living in her house, but she keeps inventing and keeps on just keeping on.
I'm going to add just a little bit. It takes Tez a little while, but under the tutelage of the Forge Master, Tez also eventually gains the rank of Master herself, being actually the first, not only first female, but first non-dwarf Forge Master. And not only that, your skills with both the Forge and with machinations in general, you not only garner a contract with with Goldgrave, you are the primary developer for a whole new line of Goldgrave personal armory, where you get to design, create, and implement fashionable yet functional suits of armor. And finally, Mako. Where has life taken Mako?
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, she returns back to her little cabin in the woods with her chicken horde. But she does, I guess because of Marwyn's words, she stops trimming her horns and occasionally goes out without her goggles on so that people can actually see that she is part dragon. I guess the wood elves do eventually figure out where she is because she doesn't quite look sort of human anymore. As best as she could look human. An odd looking one, but a human nonetheless. And I guess thanks to Brooklyn's works, they aren't quite as awful. So she retains her birthright with head of the wood elves. I don't know, is that queen? Chieftain? I don't know.
Correct.
Yeah, be queen.
Yes.
There's still some discord though because she is not fully blooded elvish.
That's okay. That was part of bringing everyone together.
But at least they're not trying to kill her anymore, so that's good. That's
Exactly. That's what we're trying to teach.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mako not only becomes the queen of the Wood Elves, because for a long time the Wood Elves have pretty much been nomadic on Xodia. But with the formation of the Greater Elven Empire that Brooklyn was able to create, the Wood Elves did finally decide to take residency inside the Greater Elven Kingdom, and not only because of your heritage, but because of your action, they selected you, Mako, as their queen, which had its positives and negatives. Because yes, you were a queen, but now you also have to deal with parliamentary procedures, which oftentimes probably feels worse than having to run from people hunting you.
I have to deal with people. I'm not a fan of people
Mm,
at all.
You're a ranger.
But but although you have your ups and downs, Mako actually rules a rather unique and wealthy section of the Elven Empire.
I teach them to hoard gold.
Yeah, and yeah, that becomes like a trait of the Wood Elves. Maybe not so much gold, but like each family of Wood Elves tends to hoard something. Even that little robust little elderly fairy that's on the edge of your village of what is declared your kingdom, who now has a horde of cats for no reason whatsoever other than just to have them. And every so often, screaming at kids to get off her lawn, although they're nowhere near her lawn.
As a druid, I accept this. Yay for kitties.
The only other thing I can think of is that my kingdom also becomes a haven for any kind of half elf, because she's like, nope, we're not doing this high elf versus half elf thing anymore. I'm done with that.
Correct.
I like that plan.
Yeah. Oh, I will say another thing about Tez. She sends a yearly invite to just go out drinking to everyone.
Karn shows up with a different face each and every time.
Mako
In
Right,
casual
Joe.
clothing, no less. Casual clothing, no less.
That actually becomes an event that every year on the anniversary of your victory, you all attend the exact same bar that most of you started off in, and each time it always ends the exact same way, with a bar fight, and most of you spending the night in jail.
Perfect.
Yeah,
bookend.
come on, I
Yeah.
wasn't that drunk. I was. Oh wow, that's
Wait.
cement over there.
How do you feel again, Card? You have a headache?
Put Brooklyn in jail, and then her guards would come in and be like, "Do you understand who she is?"
Yeah, right. Pretty much.
Are you telling me that
Yes,
Lilithor
you
can't
tell-
break us out every single time?
I'm
If it was
sure I
good
Oh
could
no, no, no!
Win.
Oh, trust me.
easily.
No, I would do the picking out every single time. Be like, "Nah, no, that's not how this works."
You guys know you can't really keep me in here.
When you have
Trying to
two
share.
rogues on with you, you're good to go.
Karn,
Slide
this
a
is-
hand.
I'm still a lightweight.
I say every year Mako also asks if Tess has finished the harness yet.
She did all
Yes.
that year. She-
Just stay out the way of flying tankards.
Yeah, you can.
The Mako Bjorn, like a baby Bjorn, the Mako Bjorn, Ergo Mako.
Ah,
And every
Mako
winter
Godslayer.
solstice, every small child throughout the land is visited by a giant robot lady with a dragon on her back, giving out gifts.
wow,
It's
a
canon.
gun.
It's
Thanks,
you
Tez.
got a gun, I got a cannon.
Boy.
I'm handing out chicken toys to everybody, and you get a stuffy, and you get a stuffy.
Who's got the 40-inch TV?
Ah, yes, the perfect combination. Guns and plushies. Yes.
But specifically chicken plushies. They have to be chicken.
Guns and chicken plushies. Still a great combination.
Oh, for the kid that got a cannon, guess what's going in the cannon? Chicken plushie.
Chicken plushie.
Chicken plushies.
It's like a potato cannon, but it's for plushies.
Jumping from house to house.
Oh,
Jump
All
good.
right.
The first time Tez just broke through a roof.
I don't know. Bitches love cannons.
And all the guards still can't figure out how nobody's been able to arrest you two for breaking and entering.
They roll high on those sleight of hand checks.
It's because we never
Look.
break anything. We just enter.
Yeah, not too bad.
It's
Except for that one time you broke the roof. That was purely an accident.
that was troubleshooting.
All right.
Instead of milk and cookies, it's rum and chicken strips.
Every winter solstice eve, the kids are like, "Mommy, did you leave the rum and chicken strips out for the giant robot lady and her dragon friend?"
Yes. Glorious.
This is the greatest holiday ever.
I feel like Brooklyn and Mako and like not Mako, but like Brooklyn and Karn and Lilith Nora would be like outside waiting for them to show up and be like, seriously, guys.
All right. How drunk
By
are
the
you
time
right
they
now?
get to the Western Elven Empire, they're already half drunk and
Pretty much.
They both drink like a potion of like resist poison before.
Well,
Like,
What
It,
species
it
is
doesn't
Tez?
last very long, does it?
What are you, Tez?
Tez is
Human.
a human. She just has a very high alcohol tolerance.
Well, no, I'm trying
Lilith
to think.
Nora
Like,
has-
over like 100 years, like Mako could do this pretty much eternally because she's.
exactly.
I
You're gonna be
mean,
living in an
Tez is
alcohol.
looking to.
They did a hangover
Tez will
cure.
eventually replace everything with tech.
That's true.
How does alcohol
More
affect the liver
biotech
of
than
an elf?
true tech. She uses her batteries to rejuvenate herself.
If I remember.
I don't think alcohol would affect Mako because she would metabolize it so fast.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, I
mean, to
There
be
could
fair-
specific, like dragon ales and stuff that could really get you.
Yeah.
Gold grave rum.
none of the party ever managed to drink Marwyn under the table, and that was before she was a god.
Lilith Nora never
And,
tried.
none of the party had drinking contests before either.
These
And
are my
Brooklyn is
flaws.
still a
if anyone
lightweight
wants to
passing out
know.
after the first beer.
Tez and Marwyn were the ones who could hold their alcohol the most.
No. Those are my flaws. I just put them in the chat.
I feel like after the first like yearly like anniversary drink fest, Lilith Nora would create a hangover cure, or like work with her family to create a hangover cure. Just like it won't sober you up, but whoo, it will stop that hangover in its tracks.
Tez donates some. Tez just contributes some funding to that.
Yes.
We can't keep waking up in jail the next year. Why are we waking up in jail again?
It's fine. It's okay. Hold on. They didn't take all
It's
the
fine.
stuff.
I can pay the bail.
When your
Oh.
vices, I have a weakness for the vices of the city, especially hard drink.
Where the hell's Karn?
Wait, hold on. What did Karn look like this year? I forgot.
I think it was the chief of police.
Was it the chief?
I don't know.
If he's
I
the
wasn't
chief of
fully-
police, who is this laying in the bed next to him?
Oak.
Was he the Lord Mayor? Was he the Lord Mayor's wife?
All
Was it
right.
Timmy who fell down the well?
Was it that small, sickly Victorian child?
I think this year he was the Lord Mayor's mistress, not his wife.
Which goes? Was it a ghostly comedy?
I'm loving all this. I'm not even having to come up with lore for Karn. You guys are doing it all on your own. I love it.
Oh gosh. Look, as long as he doesn't show up looking like my brother again, we're fine. That's all I ask for, because that was not an experience.
Oh, you do it one time from the other side of the bar. Oh, you do it one time and you just lose your shit.
Yes, I don't associate with my family. You try growing up with
can you
bugbear
unlock
brothers.
the cell door?
Nah, I think you guys could use another day in there just to cool off. Except for you, Your Highness. And I'll open the door for Brooklyn.
Karn,
I am a lady now. Like I shouldn't be here.
I also
Karn,
queen,
I am
hello.
dumping
You have
tiramisu
an
in your
apothecary to
bed when
run.
I get home.
Guys, of course I'm kidding. You guys all come on out here. He's the only one that's got to stay in there for right now.
Hold on, who?
The
That
random dude.
So you got my great aunt Rael to hang out with.
Holy shit, is that Garbok?
Yeah, I'm related to Rael.
You should,
my family line.
You should probably write her when you get home.
Probably should.
Oh no.
She misses you, and she has cookies ready for you at whenever you decide to visit.
That sounds fantastic. Yeah, she's
Bring brains.
based on my background. She is my grandmother's sister.
Wait, can I bring brains and get cookies?
So she's a little royalty herself.
I mean, sure.
Those cookies are royalty.
Oh, has the brain extractor been
I am a
working?
lady. I am of the court.
The brain extractor has been working flawlessly.
I'm glad to hear it. No short circuiting this round.
No, and Rael is absolutely delighted that it didn't shock her in the tentacles again.
That's fair.
Karn's brain extractor is just a slightly modified can opener.
Tess is the one who made it.
Of course.
All right.
Brains. It's okay.
Isn't right.
Yeah.
So that's like kind of magical fruit.
I love Aurelio Voltaire so fucking much.
He's good.
All right. Well, that is it, everyone. This has been the series finale of Curse of Xodia. These guys have been great. I have enjoyed DMing each and every one of them. They do bring a lot of chaos, which keeps me on my toes as usual.
But be bored otherwise.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But we will be going on hiatus until August. We might do a couple of one shots here and there. We probably do a couple of BTSs, but in August we will start the new campaign. I knew.
Oh.
That
which is a spaghetti western theme, and well, it's going to be a little bit more chaotic and a lot more fun.
It's going to be a callback to our first campaign, which
Y'all didn't fucking see.
yeah, Allie and King were the only ones besides me who were part of that campaign.
Correct.
Yep. We lost Levi and Chris.
We lost Levi and Chris. Our librarian comes and goes.
Honestly, he wasn't there for like half the campaign.
Yeah.
Is he going to be playing with us for High Noon?
He's going to try. It's going to depend on scheduling.
Right. You got it.
So yeah, but one of the funny parts from our first campaign that they referenced this evening. In our first campaign, I played a halfling who is a half-sized halfling.
Mm-hmm.
A quarterling, if you will.
Yeah, pretty much. Man,
Yeah.
no, exactly.
In her boots, She only hit 3 feet tall if she was wearing her boots.
Little T.
And at least one time she took out a pair of ogres by hitting the back of their knees.
Yeah, that was the first session, right?
No, that was like
that was when she played T.
That was T. No, the first session was when I think it was actually session 3 was when T got shot and almost died from a single arrow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He
the
was
bank heist, the bank heist.
The bank
yeah.
heist.
Yes.
Where Kevin turned into a T-Rex as a distraction.
Correct.
I could have told you that was going to end
That's where
badly.
you climbed up to like the 14th floor through the pipes.
Ventilation. Yeah, climbed up the ventilation system, and she failed a stealth roll or something and got shot by the guards, and then started crying, convinced them that she was a toddler looking for a kitten.
She's like this 6-year-old.
Convinced them she was a toddler looking for a kitten. The kitten didn't actually exist. And they gave her ice cream and cake and tended her wounds and went looking for the kitten.
Meanwhile, Nick used a ghost to lockpick a safe.
A safe that was owned by Kevin.
Yep.
That he
Oh wait,
could
no, that wasn't.
open.
Oh wait, no. He used the ghost to discover the elevator key.
Yeah.
Slipped under a door that was locked that he couldn't get through, and just read a paper.
And then there was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh yeah, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was great.
So
good times.
So High Noon will be a throwback to our first campaign, which was sheer chaos and goofiness, and
yeah.
The chaos will be
entirely different setting.
Entirely different setting.
Be legendary.
Yeah. Pippi is going to out Kevin, and it's going to be hilarious.
As chaotic as Tez was this series, this campaign, I'm going to be orderly next campaign, and that is going to be a different vibe.
It will be a very different vibe with you being the orderly one and me being the crazy one.
Yeah. Still with how my next character is a bard, though. I'm definitely keeping the trash talk.
I've been told that I'll have to be the responsible adult.
I'm a bounty hunter, so and a paladin.
I'm gonna be punching people in the shins.
You punched people in the face this campaign. What's the difference?
Simple. I'm gonna be shorter.
I have to go, guys, because I have to be up super early because tomorrow is the actual funeral. So I will say goodbye since we are done.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, good night.
Good night.
In a couple of weeks.
All right.
So,
it was nice having you.
Yes.
Glad I could make it. At least to the end. And get the kill shot.
You got that kill
Night, y'all.
shot.
Yeah.
Night, y'all.
All right. Let's get this outro out of the way and get on out of here.
Yes.
All right,
Okay.
who's doing the reading this time?
Garn, do the reading.
Yeah.
Garn? You missed it! You missed it, you fool!
Have an Acme Day. Happy Acme Day is part of that.
And that was amazing.
Happy Acme Day. We'll be right
I
back.
read it in Martian.
That was an Acme. I know those people.
Okay,
I have
who
no
is it?
clue.
Oh, yeah, I know that guy.
Oh, these are definitely people.
Oh, hey, I know that.
Nope. I know those people do.
Garn the Shaper. I know that guy. That guy's sexy. Who's
here's
this
some
Chris
real-
fellow?
I don't know.
No idea.
Mindless one. What is that that name
He's
sounds
filming, or I'd go
I'm
get
right
him.
below you.
bad.
Warrior.
Man, Chaos Man.
I'm pretty sure she knows how to
One of
do
my
it.
titles next time.
Hey!
I don't know why it does that, where it's like quick at the end.
It's great. It's just jarring.
It shouldn't cut off like that.
Yeah, I know.
It should. It's great.
That is
All right,
not
everybody.
how I. That is not how I made it.
It's perfect.
All right,
You're
everybody.
not going to convince him.
We will see you in August for sure.
Okay.
But we'll probably definitely have some BTSs and maybe a couple of one shots along the way.
That would
That'd
be
be fun.
fun.
That would be fun.
So until next time, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Good night, everyone.